And a great big hey howdy hey to all you wonderful people out there in internet land. Welcome back to Auzi Does a Doodly Doo, where I do the drawings. And joining me are two of my friends, DF and ZD.
Hello. Z is apparently quiet.
I was gonna say, one of you was very quiet back there. I was like,
I was giving raspberries, okay? It's not my fault you couldn't hear it.
oh, raspberries.
It sounded like you were going. No, this is how you do raspberry. Give it a little more air.
Good evening, welcome, Bella. Bella.
These streams religiously.
What?
Yes.
And mainly she just comes to every one. She's like,
There was one she didn't come to, and it was very, very weird.
didn't say it was a bad thing. Just like you're always here, Bella.
Nah, it's not complete without Bella.
All you need is Bella.
Bella.
All you need
Can you
is
guys
Bella.
hear me all right?
Bella.
We can hear you all right, but I think you might have been cutting out back there a little bit.
I could understand her perfectly.
Maybe it's on my end then.
Probably.
Maybe. That sounds like a sleepy noise.
Yep. I'm very fatigued.
I mean, you were up pretty late.
Shush. Don't expose me like this.
I mean, by time zones, you were up later than I was.
Shush, 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 shush.
I mean, you were up really late. Might as well have been being up early at that point.
Shush, 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 shush,
So late. I mean, ZD stayed up so late. How late did she stay up? Well, let me tell you, friends.
How do you even know?
I was texting him.
Yep.
I was groggily and like freaking delusionally texting him. Being like, dude, this thing is awesome.
And you're not wrong, but at the same time, go the fuck to sleep.
Oh boy.
Sleep is for the weak.
Oh my god. My god.
Oh man, there is this book that one of the babies I watched that the parents got, I should point out, and the book is called Go the Fuck to Sleep.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Written by Samuel L. Jackson.
I love it. He narrated it too.
That is true. These are facts, folks. Look them up.
And I'm like, okay, if the parents bought this book, they must be okay with me reading it. Okay.
Please. Go the
So if
fuck
we
to
start-
sleep.
If he starts if the baby starts repeating words that I narrate, then not my fault, okay? Parents for buying the book.
Oh, Bella's got me beat.
Bella, why do you do this?
Well, the baby does already know how to say shut up, because
Oh boy.
Mom's always saying shut up to the dogs when they bark like crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Or it's more like, shut up!
Ah!
Shut up! Shut up!
Oh, can I show you the cutest interruption ever?
Huh?
The cutest interruption. Hold on. Gonna have to look up the. There we go. There she is. Where's that video? There's that video. It's so cute. It's like, I'm gonna post it in chat here in the live chat, and I'll also post it in the Discord. I hear. Look at it.
Something went wrong. Whoops. I hope I didn't disconnect. I did not disconnect. I just need to get back into the thing. Ah, there we go. Success rate 9 million. Yeah, well. So how cute is it? I'm not watching it because if I do, the sound's gonna come through to the audience and it's gonna be like, what the hell is he doing?
It's the cutest thing. And an art channel, like this lady on her art channel was like doing her art and like doing her narration over her art. And like one of her kids, one of her kids just like walks in and is just like, ah, I got a Lego.
This is why you lock the door.
This is why I lock the door, certainly. I don't think I have anybody in my house who would make an interruption even remotely that adorable.
You know, someday I'm gonna get like one of those lights that say recording on my door.
That'd be really freaking cool.
Signs to say recording, so people don't come in. Or like in that one episode of Full House where they got a red light while they were doing their band stuff in the basement and recording, but then they got stuck. Then they got locked in the basement because of little Mary Kate Ashley, and they're wondering why nobody was coming down to help them. And then they're like, "Oh, I know why. We left the recording light on."
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah, but someday I want one of those lights, like either just a big red light or a blinking sign that says recording.
Honestly, either one would do well for me because it's like people don't read the signs that I put on my door. Such nice signs too. I draw them in Flash. I edit them together in Photoshop, and I got them all printed out and neat and nice and everything. And it's like nobody actually pays attention.
Here's the thing: nobody reads signs. It's a scientific fact. At least adults don't read signs.
But if I had a big red light, it'd be like, huh? What? Oh shit. Yeah, I better listen to that. Because, it'd be glowing. It'd be like, it's like, hard to miss! Can you see it?
The movie theater, every time I had to tell somebody, this is the premiere member line, please go in the regular line. They're like, well, you should have put up a sign. Yes, we put up 3. They're like, hey, where do you get your parking validated? And I try to say this as non-condescending as possible. Oh, right over there, next to the big white sign that says, validate your parking here. It's like, it is big sign, too. It's a big sign.
Spelled out in big, bold letters so everybody knows, hey, over here, jackass.
Have you seen, oh my god.
People these days don't read.
Have you seen that Domix? This animation is probably like years old already, but there's a Domix animation where he was like working retail and they had to change their policy on like steel-toed boots or something, and they posted signs on their new policy on steel-toed boots everywhere, and in the animation a woman was complaining about oh my god, you should put up a sign, I didn't see it, and slowly zooms in on the sign that's on the counter in front of her face.
That's just one of those things. Oh,
Signs are there for a reason. This is why we learn to read in school, so we can just read the basic signs that people put up with important information. Alright, sorry, it bugs me.
That kind of idiocy would be like somebody being in Disneyland at the end of Main Street next to the Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse statue and being like, I wonder which way Adventureland is, when there's a giant sign in fucking bamboo that they can read.
You know what? That's me.
Just follow the
Don't
bamboo.
call me out. Stop it. There's a reason why I get lost. It's because I can't fucking read. I was talking about getting lost in freaking Disney World all the damn time. which is why which is why I would always just like follow. I would just follow people because I'm like, okay, I trust you. I don't know where the fuck I'm going. I trust you. Don't lead me astray.
At least have the app open with the map.
Did you not hear the part where Z said she can't read? Map wouldn't help.
I was following my friends around like a puppy because I didn't know where things were, and they were like, okay, it's this way, and I was like, all right, I trust you.
Dumb dog,
okay,
why are you following me?
We're really gonna have to hold your hands when we get to Disneyland, aren't we?
Yes. Straight up gonna have to do a lot of hand holding.
Anybody?
I'll be like, Mama DF! Mama DF, help me!
Oh boy.
Mama DF, hold my hand!
At least it's not gonna be as confused as that one Full House episode that thought Splash Mountain was in Tomorrowland.
Oh no.
Hey, I didn't remember that one, but
there was an episode where they went to Disney World because ABC was doing a bunch of those, and
yeah.
My favorite content creator on YouTube, Tony Goldmark, made this brilliant observation about how they point in the direction of fucking Tomorrowland for Splash Mountain. He even makes a joke about it later. It's like, the lucky girl who wins will become princess for a day. Oh, no genie. Too bad. But I waited an hour. Shut up. We're going to Tomorrowland to ride Splash Mountain. It was really funny.
Space Mountain.
Yeah, that's the thing. He and his friends actually made like a commentary on that episode, and they were like, a working theory they had was that they probably said Splash Mountain, but then to promote, they probably said Space Mountain, but because Splash Mountain was new and Disney wanted to promote it, they dubbed it in later, and nobody thought
That's stupid.
Yeah.
To totally mislead people of where the ride actually is.
It's like, wait, Splash Mountain's this way. And actually, let's be fair, if you'd never been to Disney World, you probably even wouldn't know which way was actually the correct way to Splash Mountain.
Okay, but it wouldn't be in the space area.
No. It's like, if
No,
Tomorrowland...
that's where all the space stuff is. Well, actually, plus Finding Nemo, but since that's technically... I mean, it was originally 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, which was science fiction anyway, but...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's back when submarines were... Well, I guess at that point, submarines weren't science fiction, were they? Because they literally built them.
Well, you know, like, well, going that deep, I think, was science fiction, and then going into the world in the deep. No, I didn't read 20,000 Leagues or watch the movie. I don't know how the whole thing goes. I know there's a giant squid or something.
My favorite bit of everything is always the giant squid. Every movie would be vastly improved if it had a giant squid fight. Guardians of the Galaxy totally needed a giant squid. The Godfather, you really need a giant squid, otherwise that movie's just shit.
Page Master.
You need a giant squid. Wait, didn't they have a giant squid in that one?
Exactly.
But wait, wasn't that Treasure Island / Moby Dick? Why would there be a giant squid?
Oh, that one actually came from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. That's why it went. Never mind.
Like, wait.
Never mind.
That's right. He opened
20,000 Leagues.
He opened the book. That's right. I forgot.
It's a giant squid.
I forgot about that.
That movie is a trip and a half.
Hey, thanks to that movie, I ended up reading a lot of those classics when I was older.
You can't say it didn't do some good.
I have The Secret Garden, and I have been reading that book on and off for years, and I keep having to start over because I can't retain shit.
Hello, unknown account.
It's unknown.
Into the unknown.
Into the unknown.
Into the unknown.
I can hear you, but I won't.
What are you gonna do? Wear
Could
earplugs?
sing this,
Stick your
but I won't.
stick fingers in your ears?
Pretty much. That's
Can
what
you
she was
stick
trying to do
fingers in your
earlier.
ears?
She
But
was
it's a
like
voice
covering
in
her
your
ears with
head.
pillows.
The voice in your head, though. You can't block out a voice in your head by covering your ears, because it's not in your ears, it's in your head.
Yeah.
You can't block. Well, not with that attitude.
Emanating from your head, not from outside your head.
Into the unknown.
All right.
Some look for trouble, while others don't. There's 1,000 reasons I should go about my day and ignore your whispers. Something, something. I don't remember the rest.
I've been listening to so many COVID parodies of this song.
Wish we'd go
Seriously.
away. Ah. Can you seriously hear me? Because it says my connection's low.
Oh,
Yeah, we can hear you.
we can hear you. Okay. Yeah.
It's just it does that sometimes. It's like your connection's low, and it's like you're totally fine.
Okay. I don't know. This is a new laptop. I'm not sure how it how it works with how it's compatible with Discord or not.
I don't know. It probably has to do mostly with Discord because Discord
Wish I
likes
could
to do
form
that
my
shit.
sentences better right now, but I am so sleep deprived this week.
Hooray!
I'm
Yeesh.
so sleep deprived this week. I can barely form a proper sentence.
Don't talk me, sleepy. Sweetie.
Blame it on video editing. New program. I wanted to do the video editing. Next thing I know, it's past 1 a.m. and I'm supposed to be up at 9.
Oof.
Whoops.
My defense, it's a really good video.
What was this video about?
It'll premiere on Friday.
Oh,
Nice.
Have you seen or watched Legally Blonde the musical?
Nope.
I have heard a few songs.
Oh well, there's a song where. Okay, did you at least watch the original movie?
I want
Yes.
to.
I've
Okay, so
seen
see, you know
Legally
the
Blonde
bit-
movie. Like
you know
a
the
million
bit where
times.
they're interrogating that one. The bit when they're interrogating that one guy that Elle figures out is gay, and so
Yes.
he wasn't
Yes.
sleeping with the female defendant.
Yes,
Yeah,
because he's
well,
gay as
the
fuck.
song
boy.
in the musical.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a whole song in the musical about that.
I know
and
this.
it's-
I know this
Yeah, I know
song.
that song. I know that song.
If you're
Gay or
European,
European.
it's hard to guarantee. I did it with Has Been Hotel and
He's
Hell of a
gay
Boss.
and European. Oh.
Did it with Angel Dust.
Oh.
He's gay and Italian.
Oh yeah, he is gay and
Beautiful.
European.
But that was so fun. I hadn't worked with those songs since like 8 years ago when I did it with My Little Pony. But it's so much more fun now.
Oh man.
When you have a character who actually has clips that fit to the lyrics, it's even better.
Right. It make the editor brain go serotonin.
Yeah.
Sweet happy chemical.
Oh shit!
Ooh, that was gross. That's better.
I'm leaving this Saturday and I need to like wash a few clothes that I want to bring. Wow.
Where you going?
I'm just going to Springfield.
The Simpsons.
Yeah.
The cheap
Love
joke.
how we can guess which Springfield it is.
Do you remember what state I live in?
Yeah. The state where it's the capital.
Yeah, that one.
That
Right.
one.
All right. Okay, now everybody knows.
I think most of the people.
I was trying to save you there. You could have left out the state part.
To be fair, I think most of the people know that I live in Oregon, at least.
Yeah, I really don't care, like, what state people know I live in.
Yeah, they gotta cover, like, a lot of ground if they wanted to find you anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You can see all the states that border Springfield: Ohio, Nevada, Maine, and Kentucky.
I'm embarrassed. I fucking thought you lived in California.
What, me?
Oh, no, comic. I'm embarrassed
Oh.
now.
Yeah, I used to. I used to live in California.
Hey,
Used to
so
go.
I was half right.
Yeah. I like the summer sun. Give me the sunshine. Lollipops and rainbows.
Drops and jelly beans and sheep's wool.
I'll suck your dick!
What?
That's the Game Grumps reference, dang it. You need to get with the times, man.
Maybe I do. On the other hand, based on
Because you didn't get my Wap Goblin reference. I had to show you an animation. Wipe time.
Oh man, but like, hey, I know some Game Grumps type stuffs. You know, like don't interrupt me. Like, you know, sometimes you gotta ask myself, hey, what am I willing to put up with today? Not fucking this.
That's an old one.
Yeah,
It's
but
like
this is
2012.
Oh wait, I'm fired, and then I missed, and then I fired again, and then missed again. I missed both times, and I got real sad. Had a popsicle, passed out in the snow. Then I woke up, and I fired, and I missed again. And then I fired, and then I missed. What game were they playing? All I know is that
they were playing a Drew. What was it? Nancy Drew game.
All I know is that they helped make that game Dream Daddy. That's another thing I know about them.
Yeah.
Actually, you want to know my favorite?
Oh my gosh!
Like,
There's this one daddy in there. He's like a freaking like goth dude. He is my favorite. He's my baby. And not because he's goth. Like if you actually like play his route, you find out some really cute things about it. And I'm just sitting there like, oh my god, you're precious.
yes, I remember that from the years ago when I actually watched Markiplier play through that. He is like he puts on what he puts on is very performative, but he's a real sweet fella underneath it all.
He's so precious. I love him. I love him. I love him.
He's 505, so I believe it.
So, something else out of any of the Game Grumps things that they've done, the one that I've actually watched, yeah,
he is, Bella. He is. Oh my gosh, he is, Bella.
Oh,
anyways, continue.
What a neat little tidbit. Would not you could have fooled me, honestly. Did not know. Interesting. Anyway,
He did mention wearing binders at one point.
again, it's been years since I watched that Markiplier's playthrough of that. Anyway, but like out of all the Game Grumps things they've actually done, I've actually really only watched one of their series, and I love it because it's a game. While I haven't played it, I really love on principle. And it was their series on Punch-Out for the Wii.
Huh.
It's like, it is so much fun, honestly, with all the wacky characters from the Punch-Out series done in this beautiful, cartoony and well done 3D graphics. And it's like, and it also looks like a lot of a fun game to play as well. And it's like, and the Punch-Out characters are just such a real rogues gallery of mostly stereotypes, but they're also just really fun characters in their own right.
I don't know what this game is you're talking about, so...
You don't know Punch-Out?
No?
Punch-Out's basically where you play as like a rookie underdog boxer who fights all these insanely cartoonish characters, like
and all of them are stereotypes.
all of them. Glass Joe is the easiest one. He's a little he's a French boxer. He ain't a coward, but he's definitely got a weak, well, Glass Joe. His name is Glass Joe. Von Kaiser is a kind of a gruff German guy. You got like Soda Popinski is a big Russian dude. Piston Hondo, or Piston Honda as he was in the original, is a Japanese boxer. Great Tiger is Indian? Yeah. I was like, Hindi's the language, so that's not right. Anyway, you got I want to say Turkish boxer, Bald Bull.
Wait a minute, Fizzy's not here.
Who? Fizzy's not here. Oh,
Fizzy's not here.
That happens.
People have lives.
Exactly.
I don't think I've been in a stream where Fizzy wasn't here. I'm freaking out, man.
Sup, party people?
Oranges.
Oranges?
That's what I say when I need to start
Pass my Fizzy
from
gum.
your I used to be bananas, but then people made fun of me for it.
Bananas?
For reasons.
Yeah. What Bella just said sounds like the beginning of like a song or something. Where has my Fizzy gone?
Oh, where has my Fizzy gone?
Oh, where
has it be?
It was like ZD was going on the idea of like some kind of grand aria from a Broadway musical, and DF just goes with school bus songs.
Look, I work with kids. It's the first thing that pops into my head, all right? I just sing them all day long.
The wheels on the bus go round.
That is a good song for teaching kids vocabulary and to getting them involved in the movements.
That's true.
Fizzy, I will find you, my love. My God.
Bella and Fizzy are one of the most iconic duos for me ever.
Oh my gosh. Oh no, I'm reading the chat and I'm like, really, people, mind your own business.
Yeah, it's like,
Oh my God.
Wait, really? Aren't
No,
you
Bella-
just kidding?
Bella Dizzy confirmed.
Okay, whoa.
That's their ship name now, Bella Dizzy.
Okay, thank you.
I know you're
thank
joking.
you.
I know you're joking. I'm joking
Thank
too.
you. I can't. Thank you, joke. Okay. Hey.
But still, Bella Dizzy confirmed.
it's like the internet got, you know, there was a certain point where it crossed the line where people got so obsessed with shipping that it was like people. Actually, you know, I think this has always been the case. People have always been interested in other people's relationships. You know?
I've been shipped with Discord, apparently.
The thing is, like, people have always been invested in real other people's relationships, but the only ones that people actually knew about before the internet were celebrities. You know? What?
Yeah, and they very much did care about celebrities' relationships.
Okay, guys.
Like, have you seen '90s freaking like news?
Television, magazines, all of that.
Angelina. That was the only one I knew about. No. Like, have you heard about the fanfic about where Discord takes me as a bride instead of Fluttershy?
I have
not seen that.
It didn't like get past like the first couple chapters, but I'm like, should I be angry at this, or should I be laughing myself silly? Because I was laughing myself silly.
I certainly.
My opinion. If it doesn't make you feel weird, then, you know. If it doesn't make you feel weird, then like then you don't need to say anything about it. If you just think it's funny, then it's funny.
Back when I had a much smaller crowd, when I had a much smaller audience, there was like I think I did like a stream ways back, you know, like I used to, and they weren't as polished or grand as these ones. I feel like I put a lot more of the. I mean, it's obviously not big, high production value, but I definitely put a lot of theatrics into live streams nowadays. But back then, I did at one point, like, a fan at the time. There was a joke about me knocking over my chair and, like being upset with, like, I hurt the chair, oh no. And somebody wrote some kind of jokey ship fic between me and the chair.
Yeah,
oh my god.
Did
the chair go, comic senpai?
As soon as you said I'm sorry chair thing, I was like, oh no, I know what's coming.
I'm sorry chair.
Ridiculous.
I wish I could, and I really wish I could find it again. It was somewhere on Wattpad. I wish I could find it again, because it's like, I would love to try reading it again, because like, I'd probably get a real good laugh out of that.
I don't remember what mine was called. What?
Yeah.
Oh,
the
boy.
only thing I'm really uncomfortable with is when somebody like ships me with like a friend of mine that I would never date in a million years.
Oh
you know?
boy, I
That's
I went
happened
through
to me.
that.
You heard that, everybody? Everybody,
That's
cancel your Kamikaze ZD fanfics, all right?
Oh god,
Stop it. No! It's over. Canceled.
Canceled. Don't do that. It literally makes me uncomfortable when I see when I read a ship fic between me and another friend of mine, and I like have no romantic feelings for that friend.
You know,
and I just sit there and read it, and it's just like, no.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know. Yeah. Like.
The moral.
Like I would only ship people who are actually couples.
Yeah. Like if I like.
Like
you know,
William and Katie, they're adorable.
Yeah.
Yes. All the ship fic of them, please. They're the cutest couple ever.
Well, that might be a little. That might be a little too personal, actually, if you ask me.
Just say it. All of it.
Okay. Maybe like use their pony OCs in Equestria, so
you know
then
what?
it's a little more distance. But
maybe we'll have to ask them about it. It's really about their comfort. If they're comfortable with it, then
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh god, I still remember when Will had sent me that message like, "Hey, so I'm proposing to Katie. Can you help me pick out a ring?" Like, I'm like, "No way!" Like,
this happened.
I was like so happy. Well, he was asking a bunch of his friends to help pick out a ring. She apparently already knew about it, and just like, okay, so if you're planning on proposing, here's an idea of rings, but she didn't know how he was going to propose.
Aww.
Oh my god, just throw the ring at her face like a 5-year-old.
Yeah, like you know, he like had all these online options. He just sent pictures of them and got people's second opinions. And of course, he told me like, you are going to be at BronyCon, right? Like, yeah. Well, make sure you come to this panel if you want to see what's going on. So yeah, like if you find the proposal video on YouTube, you're like, is there a Disney fanatic in the audience? And you'll hear me going, "Hey guys!" from like the way back. Supposed to be way back because
Nice.
that panel was full.
What was the panel for?
Just the TF2 analysis panel.
Oh, yeah, that
would
would
have this whole little animation done. Yeah.
Oh, that's right, the little animation. Oh, it was adorable.
Check it out. That proposal video up there. It's like,
oh man, that was so fucking cute.
Like they're like, you must feel so maternal right now. Like, I do. Like, weird. Like I'm younger than them, but they feel like my babies because I unintentionally got them together.
Matchmaker, matchmaker. Yeah, that imagine. Like, come on, that would be a pretty full panel. Not only do you have Will, but you also have people like Dr. Wolf and Josh Scorcher. It's like, yeah, that's a lot of names. Dusty Cat's also a part of that, isn't he? The TF2 analysis.
I think so.
There's a lot of those guys doing that. Oh, and so was Keyframe, and KP was there briefly. Golden
Keyframe.
Fox. Who's the pizza guy? I forgot the pizza guy's name.
I know he catered the wedding.
Oh, Finn the Pony. Finn the Pony. He's also in
Jasper
that.
Pie, and it was Jasper something.
Yeah, Jasper Pie. I think that's right. Yeah, Jasper Pie. We're all trying to remember the name of.
I think some of those people were at the wedding.
Yes.
I wasn't like as acquainted with them as like Will and Katie, but
Yes.
I remember coming out of the hotel and there was this number of people who were in costumes going into a car, going into a taxi, and I'm like, you know, are we going to the same place? And you know, minutes later, after I get out of my own lift, I'm like, yes, we were going to the same place.
You know what's so awkward?
What?
When you like bump into someone in the hallway at like BronyCon or something, and you're like talking to them, and you're like, oh hey, hi, how you doing? You guys start talking, and then you're both like, oh, I gotta get to this panel, see ya. And then they're like, oh yeah, I gotta get to a panel too, see you later. And then you both start walking in the same direction.
It's like it's not like we're going to the same panel or anything. It's
I just said bye.
Just happen to be walking the same direction, and then you both walk into the same panel. It's like wah wah.
I remember
That's this week on that darn pony convention.
I remember like my first BronyCon, and this was like before I was famous enough to actually be included on a panel. This was like a month or so before I actually released the Bride of Discord audio series. But
oh boy, this is the fledgling years of Bride of Discord.
I know, it was like 2013. I was going into the Saturday. I was going to the pony music video contest, which I had entered. I didn't win that year, but I was, we were waiting for a while. I was just talking to the girl in line with me, and like, did you enter this contest? Oh yeah. Well, yeah. What's your YouTube name? And I say it, and she's like, oh my gosh, it doesn't even have 2364. I'm like, yeah. Oh, and then she says, I'm 462 GHAs. Well, now she's Bradaway Studios, but I'm like, oh my god, I've seen your videos too.
Oh my god, we know each other. Oh my god.
Yeah,
the only thing that's more awesome than geeking out over another person is a mutual geek out between the both of you.
And I know, and then we ended up meeting that Yamar inside the panel, like he was just like a row behind us after Bridalway had won one of the contest positions, and he's just like, hey, you're 462 GHA, and then he points to his plushie, which is his OC, and we're both like, oh, because it's the My Little Disney guy. Yeah, that guy was an inspiration. Like among the first PMV series that I saw, like, hey, these are pretty good, and maybe I can do something like that. So that's why we were so excited, and of course, you know the rest. We ended up doing panels together.
Lightning Bliss wore an amazing golden dragon dress to the wedding. I didn't notice that. I wasn't paying attention to that.
If I knew which one was Lightning Bliss.
Let's see. Where's my head? There was something. Oh yeah, I don't remember how I found Bride of Discord. I don't remember if I read it first or watched it first. It's like there's a plausibility because I definitely was a searcher on film fiction before the audio drama came out, but I don't know if I read it first or watched it first. I don't remember.
It'll be interesting because the audio drama and fanfic actually came out the same year.
Yeah.
I wrote Bride of Discord pretty fast compared to some of them I later fixed. So that's because I didn't really think about it as much.
I mean, I want to say that I kind of want to say I probably read it first, because I remember, like, that, man, I don't remember reading a lot of your fics as they were coming out. I remember reading them more post-mortem. Like, I remember reading them after they were already done, including all 3 in the, Bride of Discord series, and, of course, I think I read the Discord as Dracula one when it was all finished. I think I did.
Yeah, because I'm Bride and Daughter Discord fanfic wise. I finished in 2013. I think Son-in-Law of Discord was like 2000. Was that 2015? Probably. I think it was. Yeah, like when I was in the middle of doing Bride of Discord, like the last few episodes.
Yeah. What's really interesting, though, is, like, there was only one fanfiction that I read as it was coming out. Technically 2. One of those, the technically 2, the technically second one being the CMC Chronicles thing. I didn't actually...
Right. Because it's technically not finished.
I technically... Because I only really read that one for the Red Shoes chapter, I think. Like, I was curious to see these shenanigans go down. It was like, it's kind of just an ongoing series of one-shots, and it's like, I like the multi-chapter, like, singular stories more so. And then the other one that I really did follow as it was coming out and was, thoroughly enjoying, not to put any pressure on anything, I just liked it in the direction it was going, but was the Princess and the Pauper.
Another one of my unfinished ones.
I loved, like, what the shenanigans with Prince Blue Blood. What we're gonna do next.
God. God. And I look back.
Tune in next time on Never.
I think so much has happened since then that I don't even ship Flashlight anymore. So.
I mean, I think the Dracula fic made that pretty clear.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You remember that? I remember that.
No, it's vampire romance, but it doesn't really have much to do with the actual Dracula. I mean, it takes place in a pseudo pony Transylvania, but
Trotsylvania?
I called it Trampylvania, and that was because I'd seen someone make their own fan map of Equestria and the lands beyond, and they called it Trampylvania. I'm like, okay, fine. So what? Looking back, I should have called it Trotsylvania.
Oh, that gives me Pottsylvania vibes.
Exactly.
Oh, then you could have done abortion Natasha cameo.
Oh god.
The opportunities.
Not really, because it was like pseudo 19th century, so.
It wouldn't have been too.
No. An error occurred.
What? An error?
An error occurred.
An error occurred. What? What kind of an error?
Please try again later on the stream.
Oh. It says I got an excellent connection. Maybe just reload the page.
Oh no. All right.
We're doing fine.
Nobody in the chat has said anything, so looks like it's all good.
Okay. We good.
Yeah.
Yay.
We got it.
Yay. I don't know why it said that.
You know, I get it that it was like early century, but hunters still exist. So you could totally have Boris going on about going into the woods to find that moose and squirrel that stole my thing and stole my fur-lined coat.
Do I smell cinnamon?
I don't. There are no moose in. There are no moose in Transylvania.
You know, Trotsylvania doesn't exist. So,
I know, but
you can make shit up.
The thing is, I lived in Romania. I'd been to Transylvania. I know it was. I know I could have taken some liberties, and I did on a few, but the other part of me is just like I don't want it to be that made up that I completely ignored geographical things. I mean,
honestly though, it's like It's where a moose does or doesn't live, and nobody would be the wiser.
I mean, think about it. Like, if you did like a pseudo Saudi Arabia, you still wouldn't put a kangaroo in the wild there. You know what I mean?
Not unless I were fictionally hybridizing a bunch of different locations.
Okay, but if it's like based on one, never mind.
I would love a kangaroo in Saudi Arabia. That sounds like fun.
Okay, people are reminding me of all my unfinished fics. Thank you.
Oh, jeez.
And your arrow too.
You don't have to finish them if you don't want to. Okay, it's okay. It's fine. Shh. Shh. It's okay, DF. It's okay.
What happened?
Right.
New fandoms.
You know, let us be entirely fair and benefit of the doubt that what we're really trying to say is that we really love your writing. You are a really good narrator, and you write very well.
Ah! Talk for a little bit, okay?
What?
Someone else talk for a little bit, please.
All right.
And about something else, okay?
Okay, let's see.
I have a sick obsession.
You want to tell us what that is?
You all know what it is. I've been talking about it for like the past freaking, what was it?
Is it the mice?
No.
No, that's
I'm
Min.
not the one with the mice. That's Min.
Okay. I'm like,
I've been talking about Centaur World
Ah, yes.
a lot. That's what I was texting you about last night.
You were
I have a
indeed.
problem.
No, you don't.
I'm hyperfixating, okay? That's just what I do.
Centaur World is a good show.
It's a very good show.
What's wrong? I don't see
Nothing.
I don't see the problem.
Nothing is wrong.
Exactly.
That's what I'm trying to get at here.
So you don't have a sick obsession. You have a perfectly healthy
No, that's
obsession.
that was a song. It was an actual like song that I was singing because I was
Well, call me uncultured. And a swan.
I was screaming Centaur World. You made it. Yeah, that song. Yeah. I listened to the album today while I was arting. It was great. It got onto the song like the hero of my story. And I was like, yes, comfortable Doug.
Comfortable dog. We are all comfortable.
Everyone calls me Comfortable Doug because that's my name. But now I am Comfortable Doug.
am I gonna have to watch this to understand a word you're saying?
Yes.
Out of what she's saying right now, probably.
Comfortable Doug.
I don't know. My next few afternoons are too busy with kids.
It's 10 episodes. It's on Netflix. 10 episodes. It's a musical. But like it's super fucking weird. I'm just warning you right now. It is really, really weird. But it's so much fun. But also kind of scary and emotional, but also really fun.
You know,
and weird.
ZD.
What?
I think I was able to really grasp the whole idea of it being just a musical and not how strange it was because I've seen weirder. Believe it or not.
I haven't seen weirder.
Oh, let me introduce
People
you.
love
Actually,
musical
but I
stuff.
have seen a lot of weird shit though, and you know what? I like weird shit.
Oh,
Just saying that
ZD,
right
let
now.
me introduce you to an old Fleischer Studios cartoon called Bimbo's Initiation.
I don't wanna.
What?
Please don't.
How about Swing You Sinners?
Stop it.
An autistic writer says that they're obsessed with Vivo. Oh yeah.
What about Betty Boop?
That is a good movie.
What about Betty Boop and Snow White?
I
That one
haven't
gets
seen
pretty
Vivo yet.
wild.
I've actually seen that one. It was I was kind of wondering why they ended up in like hell or whatever.
Fuck no.
Yeah, it was pretty weird.
Not what I want.
Yo, adult cartoons of the
How the fuck?
days.
Oh, there we go.
Z, I am totally going to. I'm going to give you things. I'm going to give.
What are you going to give me?
I'm going to give you everything I just said.
What are you giving me?
Some things that are weirder than Centaur World. Let's see. Copy link. Copy the link. Here we go. Hey. Dope. And let's see.
I can
Here I
tell.
look.
Copy link. Copy link. And then,
Okay, just is it like Gravity Falls level weird or Big Mouth level?
It's weirder.
I don't know what that means.
Okay. Like, I remember, like, the first few episodes, I was just sitting there with a confused face. But I kept on watching because the songs are just so damn good. And then, then it got, like, a little bit more emotional, and it started connecting with me a little bit more, and so I
Okay.
just kept on watching and watching.
Hey, is this a kids or adult cartoon? Just
It's
so
a
we're
kids,
clear.
it's a kids cartoon.
it's definitely one
well,
you could. It's a
teenager
family. It would definitely be regarded
Family.
as a family show.
family show.
Okay, yeah, Vivo is a Netflix film that I'm just explaining the chat here. It's that yeah, I watched that with some kids I babysit because they said they kept watching it over and over. So I watch it with them and I'm like, oh damn, I'm trying not to cry here.
Motherfucker. Na 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 na.
So Z, I want to know how those stack up on your weirdness scale.
But the eyes or
No, I sent her.
Oh, those old cartoons, yeah.
Yeah, I sent her the links to
They're
the
definitely
cartoons.
weird as fuck, but you know what? I can argue. I like. They don't really weird me out that much. I can't explain it. They just don't.
well, we'll see whether it's weird or weird.
Both is good.
Or weird. Weird has lots of definitions.
Oh yes, it do.
All depends on how people react to it.
Yeah, it certainly do. Alright, gonna pick out
Gonna get weird.
pack some colors. Do 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 do.
That is so good.
Hmm?
That is so good. I was drawing with a 6-year-old today, and she tells me it's the best drawing she's ever seen, and I'm
Aw.
just like, no, it's not.
I mean, it probably is. She's only 6.
Hey, okay, but yeah. I get so frustrated with my drawing though. It never turns out the way I want it to.
I mean, mine doesn't either. But I'm getting better. Wee. Yeah. Yeah, Bella got it described pretty well. Centaur World is weird, but it's like fun weird. Definitely fun weird. We got a kleptomaniac centaur that I absolutely freaking love. And then we got whatever the fuck Derpleton.
Derpleton?
Derpleton. That's his name, right?
I think so.
Giraffe guy. Yeah, whatever the fuck Derpleton is.
Yeah.
Then we got flamboyant zebra. And we got helicopter mom llama. Alpaca?
Alpaca, yeah.
Alpaca, yeah, because she's fluffy.
Or because she's an alpaca?
Well, I get alpacas and llamas mixed up, and then I remember alpacas are fluffy, llamas aren't.
They're still fluffy.
I mean, alpacas are fluffier.
Indeed.
They have like curly
The
wool.
The llama has a longer face.
Yeah. But if you see the show's style, that doesn't really matter, anyways. Then we got Angry Bird.
Really?
He's literally an angry bird.
He's angry and he's a bird. That's the only
Can they
comparison
do
to Angry
that?
Bird.
No. He's not. He's not. I said literally, but he's not literally an angry bird. He's a bird and he's angry.
He's very, very loud, very mean.
Very loud. He doesn't like horse centaurs. I don't know why. Just doesn't like them.
Hey?
Um,
Aren't centaurs horse?
they're all centaurs. The only person who's not a centaur is Horse. And she's from a different world.
Okay.
Basically, it's two different worlds. We got Centaur World and we got Minotaur World. Horse is from Minotaur World. And she gets transported to Centaur World. And, like, the entire first season is just her looking for a way to get home.
No, I'm feeling this is a... I can name at least 2 other current ongoing shows with that premise.
Yeah.
But do they have a talking horse?
I know another show that has the talking horse.
Yeah, I know. Shut up.
BoJack Horseman is an isekai now.
But
Chad is voiced by Mickey Mouse.
I don't think I did. I got Horse. I got Wamawink. I got Durpleton. God, I keep forgetting the name.
Glendale?
I know Glendale. I was gonna say Glendale. I was talking about Bird.
Oh, Ched?
Ched. I keep forgetting Ched. I don't know why. That's such a simple name. Yeah. And Zulius. Zulius is the zebra.
Yeah.
There we go. They are all very fun characters. Wamawink is so freaking cute. She is... Okay. I don't know. Like, she's very much a helicopter mom, but, like, they give you a reason why she's a helicopter mom. And it makes you cry. Makes you cry for her. They reveal this in, like, episode 4, I think, is when they reveal why she's such a helicopter mom.
Very short season. Season 2 will be coming at some point in the future. No doubt.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, because almost every Netflix series is like 10 episodes.
I'm not spoiling anything. I'm just saying. I mean, everybody has to have a reason why they're the way they are, right? And I'm sure, especially like with these modern day cartoons, I don't think DF was going to be surprised that there's a reason why she's a helicopter mom.
Okay. What are we drawing now?
I don't know. I'm figuring it out.
It looks like a llama face.
Discord.
Nope, it's definitely a horse face.
Why the long face? Huh. Peak comedy, autistic writer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or are you just horsing around here?
Haha. It is Discord, you son of a bitch.
A different style, though.
Definitely. Oh, kind of looks like the way I used to draw him. Remember how I used to draw him?
No.
It was the Rainbow Discord competition that like got me into Brighter Discord. I got first prize and they were like, "Hey, we need more artists. You want to be an artist?" And I was like, "Yes."
I didn't even know. I didn't hear about this competition.
Really? It was like 2015, I think.
No, I just, no, okay. Like a lot of artists later along the line were just referred to me from others, like Enstone and such.
Well,
I'm trying to remember.
That's how I was found, because I entered the Rainbow Discord competition.
Okay.
It would like you know, like the Rainbow Power main 6, but Rainbow Power Discord.
Did not hear this.
It was like 2015. I guess Enstone or somebody like.
I didn't know. I'm trying to remember which episode exactly you came on. Remember?
I think the first episode I came on was the one where Discord is throwing Fluttershy a birthday party.
Oh god. Number 9.
Yeah.
The infamous one. I still get crap from that one.
I mean, I'm just saying, the dude, evil for a long time, kind of makes sense why he would blow up like that, but then, like, you know, regret his actions later. I get it.
What's so infamous about that? Wait a minute, what?
Because, you know, I still get comments of people who are like, this is an abusive relationship, or this is Stockholm Syndrome, like, and I have no proper argument for it.
Well, basically, when you've been, like, a bad dude your entire life, and then you, like, and, like, nobody's really taught you how to, like, you know, regulate your emotions until recently, yeah, I'm not surprised that he blew up like that.
I don't know. On the other hand, I did also ask, like, some of my friends who had been in abusive situations, and I asked, okay, so, if he hits her once, by accident, and at that point lets her go, and then she comes back, and he never does any shit like that again. Is it an abusive relationship? Like, well, if he actually made an effort and didn't just repeat the same mistake over and over, like, okay.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, see that's
I mean, people make mistakes. I'm a very forgiving person, but like, here's the thing. I used to be even more forgiving than I am now.
The funny
like to the point of where you could use me and abuse me, and I'll be like, oh no, it's fine, everything's fine. Nowadays, if you keep using and abusing me, I will absolutely fucking just like hit you right in the face and then leave. Like, no, I'm not fucking taking this.
The funny thing with situations like that is you went and asked people and reached out to people and talked to them about that. There are people who write identical situations in fiction and maybe don't necessarily go into the research and just figure, well, if he never does it again, then it's probably like a fine instance of regret for him, right? And like just know that out of common sense. But the thing is, both of those, the person who did research and the person who just used basic common sense, are both gonna get the same kind of shit from people who think that just looks bad from the outside. So it's like, there's nothing that can be done to please the masses when it comes to like, let's be charitable and just call them not ideal circumstances. Because Discord being an absolute dick to all of Fluttershy's friends is like one thing. Smacking her in the face is another thing. But then it's like,
it wasn't even on purpose.
But it wasn't even on purpose though.
He regrets it. Like,
he was trying to hit Rainbow. The point was Fluttershy got in the way, and then when he's like, oh my god, I heard Fluttershy, and he's like, oh my god, what I'm doing is not good.
Maybe I should calm down and let her go. It's probably a good idea.
You don't want to sell your death.
Really good ass idea.
You don't want to sell your death sticks.
Bye.
I don't want to sell my death sticks. You want to go home and rethink your life. I want to go home and rethink my life.
I still think it's slightly better than some other fics from like other fandoms I've read where like the romantic interest will go into even bigger extreme, and then like, how the hell do you still expect
Oh my god,
them to get together after that?
Oh my god, I've seen fics where like the dude R-word somebody else and the chick is like, oh, it's fine, I love you now, and I'm sitting here like, that's not how that works.
That ain't even.
Oh, I read a really triggering has-been hotel fic like that, and I'm like, what did you do? Like so triggering. It gave me freaking nightmares I didn't want about a certain character. Oh god.
That's one of those things where it's like,
I was gonna go that direction, see, until it was too late.
that's one of those things where simple common sense would tell you, if I'm going to write that into a story, then I need it to be treated with the severity in universe and out of universe. You know, like, people need to recognize this as a very bad, not good thing. You know, abusive relationships or statutory or any such thing, or actually, wait a minute. No, that's very specific. But yeah, you know. Anyway, the thing is, you know, I'm not afraid of YouTube. Writing in abuse or rape into a story is, you know, it's like you gotta do it. If you feel like you gotta do it, then that's what the story is about. You don't just use it as like a footnote. You don't just play it up for cheap drama. That's pretty much, that would have to pretty much be the center and core of whatever story being told there, because you don't just throw that in there just because it is a thing that happens in real life, because that's disgusting.
Yeah.
And
my
people,
gosh.
people don't read fiction at all to feel bad, you know? Unless you're reading something explicitly like a tragedy. People typically want to see characters overcome the bad things. So,
yeah, like,
tread lightly.
Ooh, although I do really like the
Not
stories
that,
where like the character, like, you know, like divulges and becomes like the thing that they swore they'd never be, you know?
oh
Like
yeah.
like in
that-
oh, I remember Veronica and Heather, she like goes fucking crazy at the end if I remember correctly.
Oh god, I love Heather so much. It's insane, but it's good insane.
It's hilariously dark. I love it. Definitely
My
prefer.
parents can't understand why I like it, like, because it's genius.
I definitely prefer the movie to the musical. One of those scenarios, but I do love it.
And there are things I like about the movie, and there are things I like about the musical. Like, I reward the musical for giving more character to Martha Dunstock.
That's true. Like, there are things I'll give the musical. Like, I like Martha Dunstock actually having a role, because I watched the musical first, and then I watched the movie. But after watching the movie, I was like, I admit I like the movie more, but I also appreciate that the musical not only gave us more with Martha, but the song "My Dead Gay Son." I love "My Dead Gay Son." One of my favorite songs in the entire show.
Oh god, that was so wonderful.
Beautiful fucking song. I love that song. It's such a funny song, and it's also kind of heartwarming and hilarious at the same time.
And then the dads
The dads are gay for each other. It's
like,
brilliant.
That was
it's
one hell
brilliant.
of a fishing trip. I'm like, oh, okay, wow,
Oh, yeah.
that's a better outcome than it was in the movie.
I mean, in the movie, it's one of those things where a lot of those things were just lines from the movie. "Our love is God" was simply one line of dialogue in the movie, and then they turn it into a whole song. "I Love My Dead Gay Son" was just one line of dialogue in the movie, and then they turn it into a song. "Fuck Me Gently with a Chainsaw" was just one line in the movie, and then there was just one line in the show as well, but the context was entirely different.
Yeah. I also love how the musical just it keeps Heather Chandler in there as like this looming a ghost slash a show, for Veronica's guilt.
Yeah, I kind of, and that also kind of came from that nightmare sequence in the movie. So it was like,
yeah, true. Right?
Adaptation points.
But
You
she was a lot
actually
more
kept
present.
that.
A little more present. Like the actress could get more than just being in Act 1.
It's kind of brilliant. You get to have your like adaptation of something from the movie and then eat it too by expanding on it, you know?
Like I will say that the scene where Heather great Heather McNamara attempts to swallow a pill bottle and Veronica stops her. I do like it better in the movie because it was just a sweet moment of like let's say we knock off early and do something dumb like buy shoes and stuff. So I'm like, God, it's just like it made me like just that one bit made me love that Heather McNamara so much.
Yeah, and that's one of those things that again the stage play kind of expanded on and kind of just undercut it by taking that one subplot about the what was that hippie teacher who wanted everyone to just like have a serious honest talk, just talk it out, have a talk about
Mm-hmm.
It was like not a bad character and like fit her role, but like I think it was just like that moment was her one joke because the movie's a comedy. It's a very black comedy. It's very dark, morbid. But like the stage show made a whole freaking song about it. It's like, where do you go? Where do you draw the line at making a movie into a musical and then having to turn all of the high emotional moments into songs? You also have to like, we have this character and her thing is really wanting to help the students and really better ourselves, but of course we got to have the press involved because it'll make the school look better. But like
that is why it's kind of like this big holy roller propaganda song. and then of course the reprise a few later is just what is the word I'm looking for? Like it's the opposite.
Yeah.
And that's why it worked as it was. Although when I did the PMVs, that was like the Shine the Light one was probably the most difficult one I did. I'm like, yeah, this song's kind of meh.
What are you drawing now?
I'm drawing another dragon.
The dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so cute. Look at that little smile.
Yeah. Also, what I also didn't like, I found it interesting. They actually just kind of fabricated an entire scene for the show in the whole Slurpee shop, because I was like, when it comes to picking out lines of dialogue and turning them into a song, it was like Freeze Your Brain didn't come from anything in the movie aside from being in a 7-Eleven.
I mean, it came from them at a convenience store, but that's
pretty much it.
Obviously repurposed it a little bit.
Very much.
I think they were trying in an attempt to make JD a little more sympathetic. I mean, he's still a bad guy, but
honestly, I think that kind of helps the scariness of that kind of
to be yours. You were meant to be mine. Oh my god, I fucking love that song so much.
I think in a way it kind of hurts. In some ways it helps JD even become even more scary, but in other ways it kind of helps him not be scary at the same time. It's kind of like equal parts like setting up for like a downfall and just Prince Hansing this shit, where Prince Hans really came off as such a nice guy and then it was like, whoa, he's actually not such a nice guy. JD kind of has this whole like, is he intimidating or is he not? Can we get it clear on that point already?
Yeah, although
and then we got the scene where he's like hitting on the door. He's just like, open the door, Veronica.
Yeah, but
Veronica, open the door.
Yeah, but I definitely do love Christian Slater.
Christian
JD
Slater
better.
Christian Slater pulled off looking like such a normal boy at first, and like I feel like it made the transition even better to show that he was a little on edge, a little off.
And then fires blanks in the cafeteria.
Fires blank. He's not all there. He's kind of detached.
I remember the first time I watched it, and you know, like those guys are picking on him, and then he pulls out a fucking gun, and I'm like, what the hell?
That people twisely.
You know, now how we have all those guns, you know, the things with guns in schools. That's why I'm like, oh my god. But and then the next shot is just the girls playing croquet. I'm like, wait, what?
Yes.
Did we just like? Did they just die? Like, no, not yet.
Not yet. He's getting there.
They almost glossed over that.
I didn't look. I didn't actually. Maybe I did look it up and I found out this was the case, but it seemed like a film that Tim Burton passed up directing because the cinematography.
Oh, hello.
Like they must.
They did have Winona Ryder, so.
Oh, hi, Min.
Hello.
It's a Min.
How you doing, Min?
Hello.
Ah, we're talking about Heathers.
Make note, Min. You are kind of quiet.
Okay.
I can hear him just fine.
Yeah, I think you might just need to turn the volume up on me.
I can't. It's at 200%. It's at its limit.
It's at
Okay.
200% for me too, and he's fine.
All right. Well, I mean, fine for us, sure, but the audience is gonna have a hard time hearing him.
All right. Turn your mic up. Turn your mic up, Min.
Yeah,
I
always
don't
check the
know- I
mic
don't know how to-
volume.
I don't know how to do that.
Is there like a dial on the back?
You know the options,
Oh.
the user settings, the wheel thing that should be next to
Hold on.
mute and deafen.
Hold on.
User settings, and you scroll down, voice and video, and you can do a mic test.
You're okay now, right?
Sure, yeah.
Alright, cool.
Okay, we were talking about Heathers.
I'm thinking like they stole like Tim Burton's cinematographer because the cinematography of the Heathers movie really has some Burton vibes, you know?
Well, it did have Winona Ryder, who's been in at least, 3 Tim Burton movies?
I mean, let's see, Beetlejuice, Edward Scissorhands.
and Frankenweenie.
That's true. Not the
Who
original.
was she
Not
in?
the original though. Not the short.
No,
But the animated.
Who
one.
was she in Frankenweenie?
Okay, she's the one who looks exactly like Lydia Dietz, so...
She was the girl with the
Next
lady with the poodle. The
Yeah,
bride
the
of
poodle Persephone, who... I still love how the poodle's name was Persephone, who married the god of the underworld, so that's why it was funny.
the bride of Frankenweenie, if you will.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
But the thing is that that hairstyle, she looks like a younger Lydia Dietz.
a little bit, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was done on purpose.
I mean, they also stole the same like model from like from the corpse bride for like that one for her father because he has the same big frowny mouth. The Burgermeister guy.
Oh god, you're right. I mean, I saw a lot of similarities between the Corpse Bride models and the Frankenweenie models. Like,
I'll be
with the faces and.
I'll be perfectly honest.
That's why people say Victor and Victor are like the same thing.
I'll be perfectly honest. I certainly I like Frankenweenie the original short much more than the movie, and
I've never seen Frankenweenie, either the short or the movie.
oh man, it's so good. It is such a good bit.
Yeah. No, the reason Tim Burton wanted to remake it into a movie because he wanted to do more with the dog,
I mean,
which you couldn't really do as much in a live action film.
yeah, that's true. Like having his tail fall off and shit like that. He was like, that'd be pretty hard to, fabricate.
And you know how Tim Burton is with dogs. There's like one in every other movie, and mostly undead dogs.
Too true.
It's his trademark. You know, dogs. Mostly undead ones.
Wait a minute, okay, so that's why he produced a cartoon in the 80s and 90s called Family Dog.
He had a dog as a kid, so I think like Frankenweenie was one of those like what if I'd been able to bring my dog back to life things.
Damn. The fantasy
so yes.
The fantasy that everyone has probably had at one point or other.
Exactly. Like whenever there's a dog involved, it's personal to him. We had Zero, we had Scraps, we have it's Sparky.
And of course, the cause of the car crash in Beetlejuice was a dog on the bridge.
Was his dog actually run over by a car? Now that I think about it, I'm looking it up now.
My dog was run over by a semi.
Oh.
When I was 13. The dog I had when I was 13, not the current one. The current one's fine.
I mean, I'd certainly imagine unless you Frankenweenie the shit out of that.
Like Burton's Frankenweenie. It's like the first thing that shows up. Pays tribute to Tim Burton's childhood dog.
Oh.
Wow.
Was he the same? Was it the same breed of dog? I wonder.
No. Yeah, deeply personal depiction of a boy who brings his deceased dog back to life. Yeah, it's like the first thing that shows up when you look up Tim Burton's dog. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you should have Chinese knockoff Discord looking at the dragon. Like they're just looking at each other like knockoff Discord's like no, and the dragon's like yes and no. Yes.
Why did you?
No.
Why did you make a Chinese knockoff Discord? Anyway?
I didn't make a Chinese knockoff Discord. I just drew a funky dragon.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a Draconicus,
okay.
not a dragon.
Okay, so it says here Tim Burton's dog. Sorry. It said Tim Burton's dog Pepe also suffered from canine distemper much of his life. They said the dog was not going to live very long. He ended up living many years in spite of that. But there was always the specter of that hanging over it. Okay, so that explains a lot of his dead dog things.
Oh.
Like the dog should have been dead. Why is it still here?
Yeah.
You can definitely see the ideas like.
It was traumatic for him when he 10 years old. Like it was traumatic because the dog is a pure little thing. Aww.
You could definitely see that being like the idea of like the specter of his dog, like the death hanging over a dog at all points, probably why a lot of dead dogs in his stuff. Actually, do you remember the short Victor? No, Vincent.
I'm trying to remember. I've heard of it. I don't think I've watched the full thing.
It was narrated by Vincent Price about a boy who fancied himself to be of the similar macabre vibes of Vincent Price, and he fantasized dipping his terrible aunt in wax, and turning his dog into a giant zombie werewolf thing.
Well, this is why Tim Burton ended up doing Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, because that totally sounds like a Roald Dahl thing.
That shit. I mean, Tim Burton's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was fucking awful, but like, yeah, that is a Roald Dahl thing to do.
I kind of.
On the other hand, Roald Dahl writes some pretty dark stuff, and Tim Burton does too, and directed towards kids.
You know, it's one of those things where you'd think like. I think part of the reason that people didn't warm up to the idea, some people didn't warm up to the idea of Tim Burton's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was because of the general vibe of Tim Burton stuff versus what people got from the original movie version. But barring that, barring that,
Roald Dahl didn't even like the original movie version.
True, but that doesn't say anything to audience taste.
Taste.
Funnily enough, Tim Burton's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is actually closer to the original book than Willy Wonka and the Chocolate was.
It's fair. But what gets me
funny.
is like,
It's funny. It's funny. You know what the
That
funniest
true,
thing is?
and
You
that
know
is
what's
something
funny?
I hung on to for a long time.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is about Willy Wonka, and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is about Charlie.
Oh my god, you just blew my mind!
yeah, that's another thing about that. It's like, for all intents and purposes, at the very, like, we can go into that, but like one of those things like that would probably warm people up to the idea of Tim Burton doing Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is because people who would remember the Gene Wilder version would remember that freaky ass tunnel scene. What the hell could Tim Burton possibly do with that? Nothing.
Also,
Stay faithful to the book.
One thing I should point out that kind of makes the original much darker. We never find out what did happen to the kids.
That's true. What the whole ending scene of seeing the kids does come from the book. So
Yeah.
So there was
And
never any.
Oh my god, the
ambiguity.
freaking taffy puller.
I know, but I remember like
They messed with the ending in the Tim Burton one because Augustus Gloop wasn't supposed to be eating his own hands that were made of fudge. He was supposed to be pressed thin. He was supposed to be
Because he was
pressed
in the
thin from
tube,
going
yes.
through the fudge machine. He went through the fudge machine, so he didn't turn into fudge. He got pressed thin.
Yeah, that was kind of terrifying because then it made me realize, how long's that kid going to last if he's now half chocolate?
Yeah, that pisses me off and is freaky. It's like, hey, if you're gonna be that faithful to the book, could you like keep your almost murder shit like accurate, please?
I think one
if
of
you're
the.
gonna make this movie so accurate to the book, it's terrible.
I have a visual reason as to why they did that.
Why?
Because you already have the incredibly tall and lanky Mike TV. So it kind of creates a visual difference between the two if you keep Augustus Gloop his original shape.
Okay.
No, it just doesn't hit the same. Especially, I mean, I don't mind what they did to Violet Beauregard, making her more flexible, but she was really just supposed to be purple.
Look, Mother, I'm much more
Blue.
flexible now. Yes, but you're blue.
Again, I think that's another thing they did for like
Visual effect.
visual interest,
Also,
It's
you know
not
what?
good enough!
You know what? Veruca's the one who got it off the easiest, because all she did was just get covered in trash. Oh, the dad finally stepped up. I do like that bit though when we're like, the only thing you're getting when we get home is a bath, and that's final. I'm like, thank you, Daddy. You learned something. From
Yeah.
That's what it is! That's what it is! Way to learn a lesson at the end of the day.
Yeah, like that moment though. That one's hot.
I mean, of all the
Like,
parents who
yes.
were gonna learn a lesson, it was gonna be him.
Yeah. Mr. Beauregard.
Mhm.
Because the lesson about Mike TV wasn't really shouldn't really have been about how TV bad. It should be about how parents should parent about what their children watch on television. What the shit, Roald Dahl? Why are you such a dick?
But you know, the interesting thing is that in the book, like all the kids besides Charlie had brought like both their parents. And
Yes,
yet
that's
both
one of the.
movies
Yeah.
only have one parent, and as you see, in some cases they change whether it's the mom or the dad for a few of them.
Yeah. And what's really interesting for me, though, in regards to that, is that, well, how do I put this? It's like,
There's that many cast members.
you do,
Yeah.
it does make a little more sense to only have them bring one parent. Because under Willy Wonka's conditions and the mistrust of information leaking out, right? It would make more sense to have fewer people walking around his factory. You know?
Yeah.
So
and
that's at least something that can
and
give credit to that idea.
But the bit is like, I've seen a fan theory that said Willy Wonka saw this child walking by his factory every day and organized the whole thing specifically for him. Did you know originally Charlie was I heard this is a rumor. I don't actually know if it's true, but Charlie was supposed to be black in the book.
I did not know that.
But the authors wouldn't publish it if he was.
Bullshit.
Whoa.
Yeah, that is.
Although in Tales from Earthsea, that the main character in there not white at all. He's very much indigenous. And that
Okay.
and that book series is from like the 70s.
I guess British publishers are cowards.
I guess.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
see, this is the thing that Autistic Writer and I agree on. It's like Charlie in the book and in the Tim Burton movie are kind of just like shoes for the...
They're passive
They're eyeballs.
protagonists.
They're eyeballs for the audience to perceive the story through. That's all there are. But
Passive
yeah. But like...
passive protagonists.
To be
But in
about
the
this
movie...
kid who was supposed to receive something wonderful. That's the whole That's the whole draw of the book.
But in the movie, they really, like... I mean, yeah, that's the thing, though. Like, in the book, I could definitely give it a pass because there really isn't supposed to be anything remarkable about Charlie or rude or mean. But, like, in a movie, even if that were the case, you gotta show that his life is actual dog shit, right? Like, show...
Sure, you need to put him through it.
If
which
you're
they
gonna
did.
make him...
They made Charlie this kid. They gave Charlie a personality trait in the book, only one, but they stuck firm to it, and it was that he fucking loves chocolate.
Exactly.
It's like that's one personality trait, but like, fuck. They held fast to it.
They never, like... In the book, they didn't have him, like, necessarily sharing his chocolate with anyone, right?
No, in the book he did share every once in a while, but mostly he just nibbled through it slowly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that really
Flavored
painted...
the shit
And
out of
that
it.
really painted a picture of how decrepit and, like, impoverished his life was.
Yeah, I remember that.
But, like, in the Tim Burton film, it was like, here's a ratty-ass house, and this kid who's basically
willing to share his chocolate with more than one family member at a time.
sent from heaven. This child is an absolute saint.
Yes, he was too perfect.
It's like,
Yeah, Tim Burton Charlie is
But
killing me.
if you think
He's
but if
just
you think,
supposed to share with Grandpa George because they have a special bond, guys.
yeah.
but if you think about like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movie, if you think of it as like being about Willy Wonka, not about Charlie, ironically,
I
it's
think
a
that's
pretty
bullshit.
dang decent
I
movie.
think that's so...
Yeah, because
Really, I still can't
that
get into it.
because
It's
the Charlie and
Tim-
Chocolate Factory movie adds in the whole with Willy Wonka and his dad, which we don't get from the book at all.
It's some ridiculous nonsense that did not need to be. I feel like that was... I feel like there was just, like... I don't understand. I can...
I think it was another Tim Burton personal story kind of thing.
I guess.
needs to keep that out of a Roald Dahl story because piss, man, unless you're gonna go for some weird children's horror, which was basically what Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was supposed to be when Roald Dahl wrote it. It was like some of the most effective horror in a children's book.
You know, as far as I'm concerned, there are things about...
I think Roald Dahl was a brilliant children's horror writer. He wrote the
Well,
Witches.
yeah, I mean, he wrote adult horror before he started writing for children.
I didn't know that, but that doesn't surprise me too much.
You need to read some of his original short stories. They're pretty messed up.
I fucking love the Witches, by the way. They don't.
Yeah,
go
The
back
Witches is
on
really good.
They don't go back on their storytelling decisions. When the kid spoilers,
God.
when the kid gets turned into a mouse and gets half his tail cut off, those details stay. They don't magic them out.
Yeah. Oh my
There's
god.
magic in the story, but the magic is all evil, so they have to just live with the effects of it, and it's genius.
Yeah, my second grade teacher, her like she loved Roald Dahl. Like when she first read us The Witches, like all of us went crazy, and we were trying. and we were trying to like point out witches, or like, or like if we said you just had a shower, then one of us would say, "Ooh, you smell like dog's droppings," and our parents would be like, "That's a horrible thing to say." Like, no, it's an inside joke. or
Yeah.
or like, that woman's wearing gloves. We're just messing around because we're like pretending that we're just spotting out witches or such.
But when you go back through the illustrations in the story, and they slowly give you the details about what a witch looks like, you can go back to the old illustrations earlier in the book and tell which women were witches, which is brilliant.
Wow. Yeah, we originally
It's like-
I originally like had that story read to me by the second grade teacher.
It was something
I need to ask. At the end of the movie.
Uh-huh.
One of the witches becomes a good witch. Does that happen in the book?
Not even a
No,
little.
and that's why Roald Dahl doesn't like that movie.
Okay.
Didn't like that movie. They changed the ending where the kids get turned
What
back
they
into
do?
humans.
Magic him back into a human? Oh, boo! No, in the book, that stupid, selfish fat kid he wound up sort of having an experience with just had to be handed off to his parents as a mouse. And holy
Okay,
shit!
on the other hand, in this world where magic does exist, it doesn't feel
And
like a
it's
day is
all, like,
Machina.
Yes, but
I
like
actually
all the
preferred it
magic
where they
is
turn
evil.
back into kids.
I mean, I don't. I like how they hold fast to their writing decisions and keep with the spirit of witches are basically really, really, really evil fae in this book. And I know
Wait, did they
saying
do that
that
in the
is
new one? I
probably
didn't
a
watch
good
the
way
new
to get
one.
myself cursed by the fae.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch the movie either. I just know I'd like the book better. Because I feel like the movie is probably gonna pull a Cruella.
You mean the newer one?
Are we all?
Which one are you talking about? The one with Angelica Houston or the one with Anne Hathaway?
The one that just came out on Disney Plus.
Oh. Okay, Disney Plus.
Yeah.
You mean Cruella?
Yep.
I'm confused. It's not on Disney Plus.
Cruella, what are you thinking about?
I thought we were still talking about the witches.
No, he said something about pulling a Cruella. I don't know. I am like,
No,
I'm not all there.
I said I
I'm
was
confused!
worried that I watched.
Here's the problem. You're cutting out here. I can't. I'm getting like every third word.
That'll definitely confuse things. Oh, boys, I think he disappeared.
oh no, he died.
Okay. The bottom line, I do think Angelica Houston as the Grand High Witch was brilliant casting.
Oh yeah. I completely forgot Angelica Houston was the Grand High Witch.
I do love the casting in that movie.
Yeah.
This is why I haven't I was hesitant to watch the new one. Like I love
There's a new
all
one?
the stars
Hold
in-
on, there's a new one?
Yeah, there was one that came out last year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think it was Anne Hathaway as the Grand High Witch.
Oh. Is that any good?
And like it had like Octavia Spencer. I haven't watched it.
Oh. Okay.
From the trailers, it's a lot more vibrant, which makes me a little hesitant.
Oh yeah. When will people make
Yes, they would
children's
have
horror
dislikes to
movies
this
like actual children's horror movies? Cause like, I remember when I was a kid and like there was like children's horror movies from like the 80s and shit, and I would watch that and like eat it up because I loved that shit.
ZD,
Like, that was my jam.
I think what you are referring to in the modern sense is every other film from Laika.
Yeah.
You got Coraline, Paranorman, the what was it called? Kubo and the Two Strings. You got a lot. You got a lot of this.
Yeah, but oh god, Roald Dahl, right? Roald Dahl.
Roald Dahl, yeah.
Roald Dahl. I can never pronounce his name. Like his books, like from my understanding, like it seems like he rarely ever really has a happy ending. And with those movies, happy endings all around.
It's not a happy. It's not happy ending, but no, it is happy if you look at it from one perspective. But have you read any of his books?
When I was younger, I really don't remember much about him.
Okay, not really. I mean, it's not really like an unhappy ending that the boy stays a mouse, but it's kind of
Bittersweet
like,
ending.
Yeah. Trying to think of one where. Okay, well, there was that George's Marvelous Medicine where the where the nasty grandma shrunk out of existence, but considering she was nasty anyway, you don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
There was I remember there was the Twits, which ended up with. Okay, that was a weird one, but. Well, of course, Matilda had a happy ending.
Oh yeah, Matilda. I love Matilda.
And James and the Giant Peach.
Oh yeah.
Now that movie, I think is I don't think Roald Dahl lived to see it, but I think it's a really good adaptation. I think there's only two things they really changed majorly. One, Spiker and Sponge actually lived until the end of the book. That's the end. But yeah, and Rhino was a stronger force and took the place of the Cloudmen that were in the book, which I think works because in a movie you gotta have this. You gotta still have this impending danger that just sticks with you for the entire story.
Yeah. I don't think I would have been afraid of Cloudmen as a child, but I was definitely afraid of that Rhino.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was, and it worked because it was James dealing with the trauma of losing his parents.
Mm-hmm.
There was the thing that he feared, the thing that kept him with his aunts, because he's worried the Rhino would get him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like that was like a
God,
big
in that
change.
scene,
That was a big change that
Rhino,
worked.
and that scene where he's actually like standing up to the Rhino and being like, "I'm not afraid of you." So freaking powerful, man.
Yeah, that was like a. Oh yeah. Also, the pirates thing was not in the book. Well, the book was also much shorter, so I get why they added things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's interesting, like where the limit draws in terms of what do you do in order to add length and time to something. And that's something that like made more sense in like the Gene Wilder Willy Wonka movie versus Charlie. It's like the whole adding more bits to before they get into the factory so that stuff can go uninterrupted made more sense than giving a subplot to Willy fucking Wonka, who isn't even the main character.
Yeah.
Everybody reads King Arthur for the gripping story of Merlin, right?
The only movie adaptation that I know of that Roald Dahl actually liked and, well, lived to see, for that matter, was the animated BFG movie, which not a lot of people know about, but...
I don't know about it. I know about a lot of obscure shit.
It's very simple animation, but it is really good as far as book adaptation goes. And they even changed the ending a little bit, and Roald Dahl still liked it. Like he had his own private screening, and he got up and he applauded.
I think that really gets to the heart of what an author would look for in an adaptation. Wouldn't necessarily be one-to-one, but capturing the spirit of their story. I mean, think of like someone who worked on their own adaptation of a book, like the Cat in the Hat cartoon. That is completely different from the book.
Yeah.
But it was
also, 'cause
made.
the book is very short.
But it was
They were trying to
made
fill,
by
like, 30
Dr.
minutes.
Seuss. It was made by Dr. Seuss himself. So it was basically an adaptation by choice at that point.
He gave the fish a name.
Yeah. It's one of those things you do, and like it's really good. I love it. And I love how, like, you know, somebody did a read on the book, and I read a little article about somebody doing a read on the book about how the Cat in the Hat is really supposed to be a creeper, and it's like, well, that read doesn't really read well, you know, because like,
I mean, he's more of a creep. I actually watched the live action version because I was bored. Honestly, that movie. Hey, funny thing, I was watching the Mike Myers Cat in the Hat during COVID, and you know, there's like that mom's boss who's all freaking out about germs and has hand sanitizer everywhere, and these kids are stuck inside. I'm like, oh my god, how is this movie, this terrible movie, relatable right now?
one of those things.
Oh my god.
Are you drawing one of
Warners?
one of
Nah,
the Warners?
Nah, I'm just drawing a clown.
Oh, okay.
It looks like one of the Warners. Kind of looks
Has
like
the
Dot.
nose. Yeah, it does. Well, hard to tell with just the eyes and the nose, but it definitely
Kind
has
of looks
that
like
look.
Dot. Well, now you gotta draw
2 years
Dot.
later, and I'm still a knockout. I can't do that. I can't do a Trez McNeil impression.
I think like one of the things about Tim Burton. One of the things about the cartoon they made of the Cat in the Hat is that like it really hits home the whole idea of the book is that it's all about fun. It's not some deep it's not some deep story. There's no innuendo or anything. It's like it's just about fun and having fun.
Yeah.
Maybe when it's against the rules. The fish is the voice of reason in the kids' heads about how mother would not like this, mother would not approve. And the cat is the kids' sense of fun. It's all about how you can break the rules and still be like okay. You can still be perfectly fine to do so, because it's one of those books where the ultimate message is like the real question is like, we basically broke all your house rules, Mom, or basically what we assume to be the house rules. Because the question is, would you tell your mother what you did in the house if you made a big old mess, and even if you cleaned it up afterwards, would you tell her about all the shenanigans you got into? And that's really what the whole thing is all about.
Yeah, and you know, Cat in the Hat's not a creeper. He's a mischievous spirit, but he's also not a malicious one.
He's all about the spirit of fun in everything, because the Cat in the Hat also comes back on a winter day where they're basically all they got to do is this whole clear the driveway chore, but the cat keeps giving them constant digressions like, cat, you can't keep doing these things, we have to work, you gotta leave, go home. But the cat makes a completely different mess and makes it into an even bigger mess, but at the end of the day he still cleans it up. At the end of the day,
I know he takes accountability for his mistakes.
It's like it's one of those things where it's like the cat, while a fun-loving trickster, he is responsible. Because there is also that whole thing about him being a 6-foot tall cat. He's probably like an adult. Like, in terms of like cartoon logic, he's probably an adult and thus has a sense and understanding of responsibility, but he also has a sense of fun.
Have you seen the Grinch's the Cat in the Hat?
No, but
special?
I've heard of it.
Yes, yeah, it's just Doctor, like two of Dr. Seuss's biggest most renowned characters. Like when you put them together, one of them is intentionally mean, the other one's a little mischievous, but the point is made when when the cat goes on a picnic and he parks his car in the middle of the road and the Grinch comes in and he's like, "You get this thing out of my way!" Oh, I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Greenface. Like, Greenface? Yeah. It's silly. I mean, probably you shouldn't accept it as canon to the How the Grinch Stole Christmas, but it's
there are a lot of timeline hiccups if that were the case.
Yes. Scribe Wizard, am I the only one who loves the 2018 version of the Grinch? I do like it. I think. Oh. I think separated from all the other Grinches, it's good for what it is.
If it were the only version adaptation of the Grinch into a full-length feature / animated cartoon, if it were the only one, it would probably serve pretty damn well as a Christmas special, a Christmas movie, really great. But the fact that we have two other versions, a nice short and sweet 20-minute cartoon, and an honest-to-goodness, balls-to-the-wall Jim Carrey performance, we have comparatives. And it's, like, for me, the only thing that's, like, ultimately wrong with The Grinch 2018 is not that they gave The Grinch an arc, but it's that Illumination made the movie. And beyond the first Despicable Me movie, they're not a studio known for putting out quality content so much as pumping out, money makers. It's just like, it's not a matter of telling a good story.
Considering Secret Life of Pets, you're not wrong.
It's not a studio that's preoccupied with making good stories. It's a movie.
Wait a minute, they made the Lorax though, which I think was a good adaptation.
Again, on its own, but we have Dr. Seuss's own cartoon adaptation of it to compare it to.
Okay, but what I do like about the 2018 Grinch is that's like the only one where the Grinch is not abusive to his dog, which I appreciate.
Fair.
Yeah,
I can definitely grant that.
Yeah, that's why I can't hate on it.
I want a version of the Grinch. I know, another one. How dare I? But I want a version of the Grinch where the dog is just as mean as the Grinch. Kind of like a 101 Dalmatians situation where the dog looks like their owners, kind of thing. so Max resembles the Grinch's behaviors.
Have you seen the Grinch musical that? Well, it was like a musical event that they did on TV.
No, I can't say that I have.
Okay, it definitely came out last year because it was like on demand. It was definitely last year because the Grinch had this whole song like, I was doing social distancing before it was cool. Yeah. And they actually had an actor playing. Well, they had two actors playing Max. They had an older Max narrating this story, and then younger Max was played by that guy who played Jay from Descendants.
Oh, Jay.
He was interesting.
That's
a Jafar kid.
Oh yeah, okay, Jay. I remembered the wrong actor, and I remembered the wrong actor for a minute, and I got sad.
Oh no, not him. Yeah. No. Oh, but it was actually fun. It was actually fun to watch. Plus, I'm a sucker for stage shows, so.
Yerp.
I did like how they did the "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch."
Oh
that
freaking.
That part was well.
The
choreographed
Lorax was a
in the
musical, and neither Zac Efron nor Taylor Swift sang.
You don't have to sing.
I know, but like that's a fucking crime.
It's a good point. They're
Zac
both.
You hire two very talented singers for your musical, and you don't have them sing.
I mean, they're in like the crowd at the final song, but they don't get any solo. I think the crime is that they don't get solos.
I don't think they sang at all.
No,
like even in the crowd.
No, they had to have been in the crowd. You just couldn't hear them because of.
I don't think they sang at all. Like everybody else was just singing, "Let it grow, like it did so long ago."
Their characters' mouths are moving. So I presume the issue is not that they didn't sing; it's that they didn't get solos.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know about Taylor Swift, but Zac Efron's been in plenty of movies where he hasn't sung.
That's not the point. The point is that the Lorax is a music. Are you fucking kidding me?
The first movie, he did not sing a note of that.
How do you put an actor with singing prowess in a musical and don't give them a solo? How do you do that?
What it is? It's that Phineas and Ferb Christmas special where they have.
Okay, that was a joke. That was a joke. They played it up. They mentioned it constantly. They were aware of what the fuck they were doing. This just seems like blissful ignorance. Like the kind of like.
I don't know, because in Enchanted they had Idina Menzel, who at that point was a big Broadway star, and she was actually surprised, like, wait, so you're actually hiring me for my acting ability and not my singing ability? That's a first.
Give credit to that. She was not a main character. She was a secondary character at best. And the movie was all about the dichotomy between Disney musical versus reality. So it's like half of the characters don't sing because it's not actually a musical.
Yeah.
I mean, here's more points.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason why we're talking about Ella Enchanted, right? I need to see if I heard that right.
Not Ella Enchanted.
No, Disney's Enchanted.
Disney's Enchanted. All right. That one. That one, yeah. It's funny because like only what's her fucking name?
Giselle?
Giselle, yeah, only Giselle is the one singing because she's the Disney character.
I mean,
and everyone else is just like, what the fuck's happening?
And the Prince.
Giselle and James Marsden there.
Yeah.
James Marsden, the Prince. He can't escape working with cartoon animals, can he? He was in Enchanted and Hop and Sonic the Hedgehog. Is there going to be a single movie where he's not with an animated animal? And now he's in the My Little Pony reboot for Netflix.
Hairspray. Yeah. He was in Hairspray.
Give him that. But like, he's been put with a lot of cartoon animals lately. It's interesting.
Oh yeah, and they had Jodie Benson in there, and she didn't sing.
Again, cameo. That's hardly.
They had Jodie Benson, Judy Kuhn, and Paige O'Hara doing cameos.
Okay, I want to paint big fat picture here.
Okay,
Taylor Swift and Zac Efron are the main characters in the Lorax.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They need solos.
Okay, now it's looking like
it would have been a very nice opportunity for them to like make a song for Taylor Swift to sing about her wanting to see a real tree. That would have been a nice opportunity when she was talking to fucking Zac Efron character, forgot his name.
His name was
Ted,
yeah.
His name Ted.
Yeah, when she was talking to Ted, and like she brings him to her backyard to show him the mural that she like painted, and she's like, I want to see a real tree.
You could have her.
It would have been a nice opportunity to have like a nice little simple song about her wanting to see a tree.
Better yet, you could even go full T Swift and have her in her backyard staring at her mural on a swing from one of the fake trees, right? And while she's talking to Ted, she could be tuning a guitar, and then when she starts the song, she starts playing the guitar and do a small acoustic number.
Yeah. That would have been nice. And a lot of Taylor Swift fans would have been like, "Oh my god, acoustic guitar."
T Swift song.
Okay.
But then Ted needs a villain song. I know that's weird, but Ted needs no. Let me explain. Ted needs a song akin to a villain song to give the idea that Ted has the wrong mindset about why he wants a tree. He needs a song that mentions like what he. It's like, this is really what I want, but it's really more about his. It's more a song about him. It's a song that would be more similar to Gaston than it would be to say Part of Your World. You know?
Right. Okay. I do like how, you know, the boy and girl character are named after Seuss and his wife.
Aw, that's really sweet.
Ed and Audrey. Yeah.
I thought
Letter still alive.
I thought for a minute that Ted was just a generic name that you gave to a character who didn't have a name in the book. Like, remember
Theodore Geisel.
Because you remember the Curious George movie, and the man in the yellow hat was named Ted as well.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh really? Theodore.
I mean, yes.
Seuss
No, I know that.
Geisel.
I mean, I know that, but like, still, you know.
Okay, now it's starting to look like.
Oh,
the
and my
line
gosh,
from
and
Animaniacs.
the song "Embiggering" should have replaced "How Bad Can I Be."
I liked
Just
How
saying.
Bad Can I Be?
I mean, it's a decent song, but "Embiggering" is better. It's a better villain song, I should say.
I think the technical term is, it slaps.
Yes. Take what back? I ain't taking anything back. All right, I meant everything I said.
I'm sorry, that's Horton.
I meant what I said, and I said what I meant.
An elephant's faithful, 100%.
It's my code, my motto.
There's another really good.
I still can't believe that's also Jim Carrey.
That's another good animated Seuss production. Like beyond all the Chuck Jones stuff, I actually really like the Blue Skies interpretation of Horton. That's right, Horton. She's sending a bunny with cookies. I think we can all assume it's the bad Vlad.
Vladikov. I was in Seussical, so I have a special place in my heart for Horton Hears a Who.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the bird girls too. It's like biggest blind fool in the jungle of no.
Anime fight between Horton and the tree. I completely forgot about that.
All right. Okay, before you put in the colors, the face really looked like the mime from Animaniacs.
Yeah, definitely running those vibes off this one.
Yeah.
I was listening to Nothing Good, and I thought of an AU for my tiefling character, where she is like completely like chaotic evil instead of chaotic neutral.
Okay.
Oh god. I was discussing, not really discussing. I was more like just like spewing my ideas at my DM. It wasn't even like to put into the campaign. It was more of me just being excited because I know he likes my characters, and I was like, "Hey, I thought of a thing, thought of an AU for piety."
Hey,
He was like, I was talking to him about it, and I said, "Oh my god!" And she breaks down into a villain song about never losing anything ever again. And he was like, "You know what? I'm writing all this down. We are gonna do a one shot." And I'm just like, "Oh, yay!" Dude. Oh my god.
Nice.
And he also told me, "Hey, in this current campaign, don't be surprised if you find a magic mirror." And I was like, "Oh no."
Oh, jeez.
Okay, I think autistic writer is describing your drawing perfectly. The mime from Animaniacs married Spinel and had this child.
Oh. Oh my god.
Well, that means Spinell's gone.
Oh no.
Oh god! Whoa!
Remember?
Whoa!
Remember the whole-
That took me a second.
The whole Steven Universe lore is gems can't quite have kids, so that would be what happened.
Oh god!
Man.
Yes. Yes.
So.
Makes me wonder about if
wait.
Steven and
I
Connie
just
are able to have
realized.
kids.
You know how Rose is Pink Diamond.
Yes.
So, and you know how when she morphed into Rose, like her gem like went inside her, like pointing towards her.
Yeah.
So it looked more like
a quartz, yes.
a rose quartz rather than a pink diamond.
Yes.
That gem is like, so that gem is doing the same thing for Steven, right?
Right.
He was a tiny baby at one point with that gem in his belly.
Yeah, what
Yes, there was a whole
No
episode about
room
that.
for his organs. God, that must have been so uncomfortable.
Oof. No wonder he was crying
Look.
all the time.
It's magic alien stuff, so I guess we can probably just
But they're real
assume
gems.
his org-
Like they're real
assume-
gems, though.
you can
Their
assume
bodies
all
are the only
his
things that are light. The gems are real.
His organs might have just grown around the gem. I don't know. Nature finds a way.
His stomach
Nature
and
finds a way.
intestines would look so weird.
Dude, the old man in Enchanted was in West Side. Oh, really?
Yeah, more Broadway musicals stars and singers.
They knew those old people on the bench had to be like cameos from somewhere.
When you're a jet all
my
the
mom
way from your
first said-
first cigarette to your last dying day.
My mom was just assuming that like after we saw Jodie Benson that maybe like some of the old girls on the bench were like Cinderella or something, but
Oh.
could have been at the time. It could have been Cinderella or Sleeping Beauty.
Wendy,
Yeah,
the
I
voice
know.
for Wendy and Alice from Alice in Wonderland was very much alive at the time. So that's a distinct
she's
possibility.
still alive.
She's still her and Dick Van Dyke.
Okay, she was like, I don't know, like 12 or something when she did Alice. She's not as old as Dick Van Dyke.
No, but still. There's only so few still living actors who are really old that I actually know.
Yeah, which makes me worried.
Okay, there's another. I know another one. I think. Yeah. What's her name? Shit. Angela Lansbury.
That's who I was thinking, yeah.
Was
She's-
Weird
she-
Al a composer? For Enchanted?
What? No.
Wait, Weird Al was considered to compose the music for
Oh, considered.
Enchanted.
Okay. Considered.
No, it went with Alan Menken to
Okay.
parody his own music.
I'm sorry, but I would have loved to hear Weird Al's lyrics for some of these numbers. I would love to hear Weird Al do a whole musical that makes fun of musicals. That would be great.
Yeah, right. Anyway, back to what you said about Angela Lansbury. Yeah, because she was in Mary Poppins Returns, she's officially the oldest actor to be in a Disney film. Well, and
Wait. Older than Dick Van Dyke, who was in the same movie?
She's a couple years older.
Damn.
I mean, you could say that Dick Van Dyke's the oldest male actor. But Angela Lansbury officially the oldest actor, period.
I didn't even bother flipping it. Looks kind of wonky.
Nice. You can kind of picture outfit that would go with it. Like, I don't know, like what do you call those skirts with suspenders?
What would you call those?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Overall skirts, but without the front? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, well, apparently, the ones that are like the overalls, what are overall skirts called? Pinafore.
Huh.
Okay, oh, pinafore for like the big overall one, which probably would have what Alice wears, a pinafore.
No.
What are
Oh,
skirts with
Fizzy has
skirts
been
called?
listening this whole time. She's a stalker. Let her know
Okay.
she's a stalker.
Yeah. It can be called a suspender skirt.
See, I was
Suspender
gonna
skirt.
say it's probably just they probably don't call it anything special. It's just a skirt with suspenders.
Yeah, no, though apparently the one that's a bit more full, like in overalls, if you're thinking, it's called a pinafore.
Really?
British. If you're British, you'd know what it is.
Pinafore.
The only context I've heard the word pinafore is that Rodgers and Hammer, no, Gilbert and Sullivan.
Which probably more akin to what like Dorothy or Alice wear.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up.
Alice has like some versions. I don't know. With Alice, it changes between an apron and a pinafore.
For some reason, I can only hear is the HMS Pinafore. That's exactly what I was getting at. Gilbert and Sullivan's HMS Pinafore. I really want to find at least one version of Pirates of Penzance, mostly because I really like the modern Major General.
Why the
Oh,
fuck is it
oh,
so
there's
cold
a-
in my room?
There's that
fucking
movie
furious.
with Angela Lansbury in it, actually.
Angela Lansbury was in that version?
Yeah. It had I think, what was it, like Kevin Kline and Linda Ronstadt? Yeah, Angela Lansbury plays the nurse.
I shall send you to heaven before I send you to hell. Anybody else picking up on that? I don't know.
Yeah, it was like
Over my head.
Okay, it was like this TV movie version where they set it up like a theater production. You know those kind of movies.
Oh yeah, I know that
Where
kind of stuff.
it's big, yeah, but it's still like a theater production.
We actually have one of those for Into the Woods.
But it wasn't on stage, but it's like a soundstage theater production, if that makes any sense.
I think I've seen the clip from that for Modern Major General. Makes me want to watch that one in particular.
Yes, that was what they were performing in the Mickey, Donald, Goofy Musketeers.
Yes,
Which is interesting because it's not an opera, it's an operette.
Well, operetta, like kind of like diet opera, as it
Operetta,
were.
Which is pretty much the early version of the American musical.
Yep.
Rather, what the American musical came from. Because
Indeed.
operatic music, but there's dialogue. Actual speaking dialogue.
Well, actually, one of those things about like the Gilbert and Sullivan shows is that they are actually operetta in the classic sense, in that everything is actually sung. They're just kind of like,
Yes, well, there's a lot of singing, but there is spoken dialogue.
Really?
Yeah. Like how we perceive a musical.
Yeah, true.
Of course, this is before we had like American musical.
They showed songs like a cat-like thread, Poor Wandering One, and the general song. Yeah, I remember Poor Wandering One and Modern Major General mostly from the Mickey, Donald, and Goofy one. Those are the ones that stood out. very straightforward to me.
And the very model of a... The first time I heard that song, the Modern Major General, was actually from VeggieTales.
Ah, yes.
It was on one of their song CDs.
Oh, even better than that, it actually comes from their musical slash shorts extravaganza, The Wonderful World of Autotainment.
I know, but the first time I heard it was on one of their CDs.
I am the very model of a modern major general of information, vegetable, animal, and mineral, and other kings of England and quotified historical, from Marathon to Waterloo and order categorical. I'm very well acquainted too with matters mathematical. I understand the equation both the simple and quadratical. About my knowledge theorem, I'm teeming with a lot of news, with many trivial facts about the square of the hypotenuse.
Wow.
Suck it.
My God! Why?
I'm very good at integral and differential calculus and other scientific names, beings, and calculus, and trying to manage vegetable, animal, and mineral, and the very model of a modern major general. In fact, when I know what
I
is
just thought it'd be like a. I just thought.
In fact, when I know what is meant by mamelon and revelin, when I can tell the sign of Master rifle from a javelin, with such affairs and sorties and surprises I'm aware yet, and when I know precisely what is meant by commissariat, when I've learned my progress since I've made modern gunnery, when I know more of Texas than a novice in a nunnery, and short when I have a smattering of elemental strategy, you'll say a better major general is summer strategy.
Wee.
You can't tell, but I'm smiling so much right now. That was wow.
From a military knowledge, I'm plucky at adventure has only been down to the beginning of the century, but still in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, and the very model of a modern major general.
I don't know how he does this.
Are you drawing a jack-o'-lantern now?
I am drawing a jack-o'-lantern now. The thing about that is that I've tried to memorize the song, but the whole second, because those two verses are done in the Mickey Mouse version from the Mickey and Donald Goofy Musketeers, I remember those the most. So the second verse always eludes me. I can never actually remember the second verse. I really...
It's a very fast-paced song, so...
Yeah.
I just remember bits and pieces, but because it goes so fast, I can never string them in the right order.
It's like if you get... Actually, I think if I got the lyrics in front of me, I could probably do the second verse. Let's see.
I mean, probably the part I remember the most is, with many cheerful facts about the square of a hypotenuse.
Many cheerful facts, yes. Let's see. Modern major general lyrics. All right. I know our mythic history, King Arthur's answer Cagnorox. I answered hard acrobatics. I have a pretty taste for paradox. I quoted it. Okay, I'm gonna slow down. I know our mythic history, King Arthur's answer paradox. I answer hard acrostics. I have a pretty taste for paradox. I quote in Elegastics all the crimes of Heliogabalus. In conics, I can floor peculiarities parabolus. I can tell undoubted Raphael's and Jared Dowson. From Jared Dowson's Zophanies, I know the croaking chorus of the frogs of Aristophanes. Then I can hum a fugue of which I've heard the music's dinner for, and winstle all the years of that infernal nonsense pinafore.
Ooh.
Then I can write a washing bill in Babylonic cuneiform and tell you every detail of Caraticus's uniform. In short, it matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, and the very model of a modern major general. Ah, man. See, that's one of the things that gets me. It's like a lot of the words are like, I even reading them in front of me, I have a hard time pronouncing them. Ugh. I can tell undoubted Raphael's from Gerard Dow's to Zophanies, Gerard Dow's to and Zophanies. It's so hard. It's so hard. Ah, jeez.
You can stop if you want. Don't hurt yourself.
I know. I really want to because I love that line about HMS Pinafore. That's one. It's like self-referential humor. I like. It's like it's one of the reasons I want to memorize the second verse. But it's like it gets away from me with the mythic history and shit and the paradox, caradox, and the croaking chorus of the frogs of Aristophanes. I remember that point for point. And sing the croaking chorus of the... I get the number of syllables correct, at least. So, there's that, I suppose.
Right.
That counts for something. You want to know what just popped in my brain as a reference to in relation of that I was just singing? It's a similarly associated memory because they came out around the same time, and they were special interests for me at the same time. Mickey, Donald, and Goofy, the Three Musketeers, and Cinderella 3: A Twist in Time.
Yeah, I think they were just like a couple years apart.
That movie is balls to the wall insane.
It's really good though.
I forbid you from taking another step down these stairs.
Okay.
Okay. Yeet! Just yeets himself. He just, I'm gone, bitch!
The prince still doesn't have a name.
Oh my god.
They've never given me a name. I've been around since
I've
show
been around
one.
since show one, and I still don't have a name.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Now, what do you think of that?
Well, like the official consensus, at least in Disney and Disney emoji, is Prince Charming, and the Snow White Prince is Prince Florian.
Actually, that's funny because in terms of Cinderella lore, you could tie that to other versions of Cinderella and say that the prince, his name is Charmant.
They did that in Ella Enchanted.
That's
That
what
was his name.
That's what I'm saying. You can cross-reference that. We called it the Charmeme. The Charmeme. Wait, what?
Oh God, have you seen that? Has you seen that Barbie video of love triangle therapy where they have like the Prince Charming doll in between Snow White and Cinderella? Like, okay, you've been a busy man.
I have
Or, of
not.
course, they could do it like that movie Charming, where it is the same guy who broke all those spells and saved all those girls.
I mean, isn't that basically what the two princes ended up doing in like Into the Woods?
Into the Woods.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cinderella's prince went for, I forget which one went for Snow White or Sleeping Beauty. Oh, they went for the sleeping ones because,
Yeah.
of course, they're just there.
This takes
Agony.
Fucking weirdos is what they are.
this takes non-con to a place I was not ready for.
I hate non-con so much. Every single time I try to look up like a ship fic that I want to read, I always have to like on Archive of Our Own.
Yeah,
on Archive,
you always had to disable
Yeah.
the non-con option because it's like you had to say, don't, I do, Comic Auzi do not want. I do
Do
not.
not want that. Do not want the
yeah.
non-con. Thank you. Thank you.
That's,
No non-con.
that's
I'm not
very
want.
icky.
A funny thing about non-con, okay, in the novel I'm writing now, when I put it through the writers group, I like this flashback to the villain where he's flirting with this dark fairy, and she says, "No, I have a husband and child at home. Like I can give you much more. I'm a prince." And then out of anger, she slaps his face, with like her nails out, and curses him with a scarred face until he realizes the error of his ways. Half the group is like, "Isn't she overreacting?" And the other half of the group is like, This seems a little intense for a middle grade book. I mean, like, sexual assault is pretty serious. I'm like, look.
Yeah, but kids need to learn that that's not okay. They learn from a very young age that non-con is fine when it's not.
Okay, but isn't it funny how one half thought thought that the female character was overreacting, the other half thought that I made it too intense.
Let's be perfectly honest. There is nothing to be said for the half of the group that said, "Isn't she overreacting?" Those people don't know better. Like, those honestly is like, okay, you need to do some serious reevaluation of what you think of the human experience and what is okay. But as for the other half of the group, that's just underselling children's intelligence and being able to pick up on things. Because this is how they learn.
I didn't even have it go as far as the sexual part of assault. It was just him kind of grabbing her and not taking no for an answer.
Exactly. And there's nothing, like, inherently...
Which I will point out has happened to me in middle school, so I am well within my rights to do
let's
that.
be entirely...
Under
those circumstances, there is nothing there that is technically inappropriate for a child to witness/understand, because it's like, it's about understanding. It's about knowing what is or isn't right. I think you should go.
You know what it is?
I think
it's like Gaston. It's Gaston level harassment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then the one half of the writers group was the townsfolk. It's like, isn't she overreacting a little bit?
Funnily enough, the one who brought it up first was an old guy, so that might be part of it.
1940s casual sexism.
1940.
Yeah.
Oh God.
1940.
It's a middle grade novel, right? It's not a preschool story. Chill, people.
Okay, and also may I point out that the character who did the cursing was a dark fairy. It's a dark fairy thing. They're offended once, boom. At least she didn't put a girl to sleep for 100 years after not being invited to a party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pettiest revenge plots go.
This was less than petty. It's like
Exactly. It's like
the guy was actually being a jerk. It's like, no, I am not changing how I did it. Okay, this is how it goes.
theoretically, is it going to be like a curse where it gets worse the more he repeats his behavior?
Oh my God!
Like,
Please,
this
yes.
may be... Okay, well, wow. Oh wow. You made me consider some things more, but let's just say this curse is broken at the. I don't want to spoil things if this ever comes out.
Fair. Well, it need not say anything. Just how receptive are you to that particular idea? Just like on a scale of 1 to 10.
I don't know. Because one person said that my villain was too generic, like he didn't have enough reason to be doing anything. On the other hand, though, if I feel like if I add more, I'm just going to be taking away from... I'm just going to be taking some things away.
From the hero, or is there no hero?
Yeah, from the hero, yeah. Like, look, what more do you want me to do with this guy? He's pretty much committed genocide.
I mean, you pretty much set the sympathy bar at a 0 at that point. Like,
yeah,
very
like,
hard to sympathize with the guy who commits mass murder.
And I already had him as a foil for the protagonist in terms of like dealing with the consequences of your actions.
So,
like on two extremes.
like, what else can it's like yeah, it's just one of those things,
Yeah. Also to the point that it's all in first person with the protagonist. There's only so much I can put with from the first person's perspective.
Too true. It's like that's kind of the freedom that movies have in a sense, because like nowadays people won't necessarily like write a book that is in third person omniscient, I mean, obviously I think it still happens, but it's less common, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, on the other hand, I had like another reader who's like, wow, what a great villain. Well, maybe it was just that particular reader, I don't know.
Well, hey, you love to hate them. That's what villains are supposed to do.
I don't know.
Everybody agrees that Frollo
I'm
is
seriously
an absolute
hungry
fucking
at
bastard.
almost midnight. What is wrong with me?
Midnight snack time.
I shouldn't. I'm not supposed to eat before I go to sleep.
I guess that's fair.
I already brushed my teeth.
I mean, everybody agrees that like Frollo is an absolute bastard.
He's
but
an
there are people
asshole.
who are- Yeah, but there are people out there who absolutely love them as a villain because you just love to hate him.
He is.
Yeah.
He's kind of a beautiful example for me. Like a beautiful example of what someone who thinks themselves above it all can look like.
You know, the thing about Frollo, he's a bad person. He has like this one little human element about him. Do you know what I mean?
That is true. But that human
That
element
sets him apart from like Jafar Ursula,
Yeah,
who
but that-
just kind of go with the typical bad person role.
Yeah, but that human element of Frollo is basically an incel. Like, if we could be perfectly honest.
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
but I mean, like he sees himself as a holy man. His problem, he doesn't see the corruption within. It's like there's so many people like that he just feels like one of the most real villains, and you don't even need to know his long, complicated backstory.
Mm-hmm.
What's the long, complicated backstory? He's a man of the church, and he was,
He was definitely a man of the church in the original novel.
He's still a man of the church in the movie.
He's a
Yeah, he's just
make
not
him
a
a
priest
judge,
anymore.
not a priest.
Yeah, but it's still of the church.
In the name of, he's doing work in the name of God.
Yeah, exactly. It was like,
Just
Yeah.
that.
I'll bet you like
regarding.
I'll bet you like freaking 10 grand that like if Disney kept him a priest, they were not gonna fucking get away with that.
no, that's
That's why they changed.
actually
it,
that's
'cause
one of
they-
those things.
yeah.
This was back in the day when Disney actually gave a shit what like the Christian the conservatives in the audience, you know, cared about. Nowadays, if
They still care about that.
the thing is, yeah, tell that to the Owl House.
No, they absolutely still care about that. It was Dana who was like basically just begging them to let her do
As
it because here's the thing. Because here's the thing.
Disney as a
You can't
corporation.
sell to fucking China if you have a gay character like in the forefront.
Fuck China. Fuck selling to China.
No,
And-
but here's the
Hungry
thing.
too,
China
apparently.
is a big buyer. They give a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, of course,
because
Disney-
yeah, you know why China gives a lot of money? Because of the exchange rate. Why do you think that it's cheaper to produce shit over there?
But like Disney doesn't fucking care. They only care about the money,
Money,
and
money,
that's
money.
why. And that's why. That's why they don't put gay characters in their movies, because they know for a fact that like China won't buy their movies if they have a gay character at the forefront of the movie.
Who cares? Let me put
I mean, we don't.
Here's the thing.
We definitely don't.
Here's the thing. Even as far as selling in China goes, nowadays Disney probably would be more perfectly comfortable doing the priest version of Frollo. Like if they did Hunchback nowadays, like they'd be more comfortable
Well, they
doing
did.
that.
I think they switched it back in the musical version.
Exactly.
They
There's
did,
one.
but here's the thing: Disney didn't buy it.
Well, the only reason Disney didn't buy it is because it didn't really do well outside of Germany.
But it was really good, though.
I
It
know.
was so good.
But for some reason, it didn't sell well outside of Germany. I don't know why. But, like, it's like, for all intents and purposes, Disney is a massive corporation. They can afford to have a film
Yeah, they
or a
can,
television,
but they're
or a
but
television
here's the
show
thing,
to not
corporations are
sell,
fucking money hungry.
you know, in one or
They
two
absolutely
fucking countries.
can afford to like. They can absolutely afford to like have a few box office flops, but here's the thing. They don't care. They want to make that dough. So anything that could risk them losing money, like gay characters at the forefront.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the real reason Disney has to sell in China, and it's not creative intent. It's not creative vision. It's not even their own understanding of like what amount of money needs to be there. You know who it is? It's shareholders. People who play the stock market, and Disney is one of their monetary gains, right? They got to appease the shareholders. That's what it's all. That's the only thing really holding them back. And it's like, for the love of all that is good, if you're an American-based freaking entertainment industry, you make content for Americans. So it really does not matter if your thing translates publicly to another country in any way, shape, or form. It does not. It matters not. It really doesn't.
It's not necessarily a translation error. It's more like, you know, China don't like the gays.
Like I said, fuck China. I don't give a shit what the, and it's not even the.
I mean, I don't give a shit. I think
it's like
Disney
when
does.
I say fuck China, it's like, you know, there's plenty of individual people in China who maybe even immigrated from China to America and shit like that, who are still in China and would probably like to see these changes as well. But it's like, it's the government. It's always the higher powers that fuck shit up for the little guys. You know, that's like. It's a pain in the ass.
And I wasn't necessarily saying the Chinese people hate the gays.
It's like,
I was more of saying like the government don't like the gays.
and it's like, it's this kind of blatant fucking intolerance that, you know, that makes Disney so many years back than everyone else in terms of like moving forward in like creative, you know, shit. Like Disney got their asses trounced multiple times over in terms of successful entertainment. You know.
Okay, Bella is asking, is it religious reasons? Does Buddhism accept LGBT? It depends on who you ask.
That's the
it
thing.
really depends on who you ask.
Okay, so I will answer this
yeah.
based on what my religious studies professor told me. Buddhism has, basically what you would call a commandment. It has a rule of no sexual misconduct, and they have this whole scripture on what sexual misconduct actually means, because there have been Buddhist monks who've tried to find their ways around it. They defined it as penetration, and so when my professor asked a Buddhist monk about it, like, well, since we define sexual misconduct as penetration, a man and a man wouldn't be okay, but a woman and a woman, there's nothing penetrating there, so I guess it's okay.
Weird.
Not my answer.
Yeah, and then
very weird.
Yeah, and then you have a talk with ZD about how women on women do it, and it's like,
obviously that one monk had no idea how women do it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, he was like out of the loop. It was like, oh, buddy, let me tell you about toys.
Okay, but there's like different levels of offenses if you're a Buddhist monk. There's like even masturbation is like a low level offense.
Well, then I'm definitely not a Buddhist monk.
Or doing it with a doll.
Well, then I'm definitely not. I'm
kidding.
kidding.
Animal, doing it with a person, doing it with a dead person. Levels of severity there.
That's one thing I can agree with the Buddhism on. No necrophilia. Don't like.
Because originally it was defined as just having sex with a woman, but then one monk tried to get away with it by having sex with a female monkey.
Oh boy.
So they had to be a little stricter on the rules. I did like a
Ain't
whole
nothing in the
presentation on
rules
this.
say a dog can't play basketball.
Yeah, yes, I had to do like a whole presentation on this, because that's the thing with Buddhism, especially if you take the agnostic track. I used the wrong word. If you take the monk or nun tract, you have to. Well, actually, it depends on which branch of Buddhism. You have to abstain from worldly desires, and one of those desires is, of course, sex. So they have to have a lot of rules on how you abstain from those impulses.
Oh, asexuals will get along fine in the Buddhist monk monasteries.
So somewhere, actually, when I was trying to look it up, someone said, well, actually, asexuals wouldn't be accepted because then they have because they can't reach enlightenment because there's no impulses for them to overcome.
Are you fucking kidding me with this shit?
It's like, I was seriously researching it. It was like just one article because there's not a lot of research on asexuality, and there should be. Yeah, there's like this one blog post. But yeah, like I did this whole presentation on Buddhism and their rules on sexual misconduct. And
Wait. No, I think I found a loophole. And I think it wouldn't have a rule written around it either. An asexual has reached particular enlightenment on that level. Therefore, they technically, like the moment they were born, they were already enlightened on that particular thing. So already come that hurdle. So.
Right.
I'm technically correct.
You were right. You're right. Like if they like reached partial enlightenment in the previous life, maybe.
Yeah, like what like it,
That would be
Oh my God.
that would be a way of
That would be a
describing
very
it.
good
I could
spiritual
fucking-
explanation.
I could fucking blow a freaking like Buddhist monk's mind by saying
unless,
that. Like,
unless
yeah,
you, unless
in a
you-
previous life, I have reached enlightenment,
unless you've entered tantric
and that's why I'm
Buddhism.
asexual now. Give me.
Like, unless you're in tantric Buddhism, and okay, every religion has its questionable sect. You know what tantric Buddhism is?
No.
Not even
Okay,
remotely.
so the idea is, in order to free themselves from the desire of those worldly pleasures, they have to engage in those worldly pleasures.
Oh,
Damn.
And that includes ritualistic sex.
Holy shit.
To the point that they keep doing it, and eventually they won't desire it anymore. And I'm like,
That's
what?
like the equivalent of sticking your kid in a closet and forcing them to smoke a million cigarettes so that they never actually smoke again.
Yeah, well,
that
also
never
stuff like
fucking works.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, that's just a faster way to
I know
kill
we should
them.
respect all religions, but that's like one that just makes me go, what?
I mean, you want to talk about difficulty respecting other people's religions. I mean, you're talking to a Christian, and Satanism is a religion, so it's like there's a conflict of interest there.
Fine.
So it's
Okay,
like,
but that's like a conflict of interest in its own ideals. I'm sorry.
yeah, like
I mean, there's so many ways people can take advantage of that.
I
Oh
just,
my gosh, why did I draw her horns like this?
to make her look more badass or evil or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, Bella Pink Savage asking, hey, didn't Sally Vinter talk about it in the Aces Wild comics? Yes, she did at one point. Like, yeah, how you know, with some religions like Buddhism, like trying to abstain from worldly pleasures, but only if you have the impulses to begin with. They don't talk about if you never had them. Even had a panel of when a girl says to a Christian priest, like I know I do not desire sex. Okay, but you still need to go forth and be fruitful.
Bruh.
Bruh.
Conflict of
Yes.
interest.
It's a double standard. That's what it is. Which is kind of why I think it took a while for my parents to really understand. You know, they're the ones who tell me, as most parents tell their young girls, don't have sex, don't get pregnant.
Yep.
And then one day I say, oh, I actually don't want sex, so you don't have to worry about me getting pregnant with some random guy's baby. And they're like, what? Well, you'll probably change your mind when you meet the right person.
No,
Yeah.
no.
In terms
I mean, that was
No.
exact. Okay, I love my parents. They become more accepting now, but yeah, that's kind of like a double-edged. Well, that's like a backhanded comment there.
You know, even aside even aside the fact that some asexuals do have sex with each other or like are okay with procreating, it's like, and it being a spectrum, you can't dictate what one singular person does or does not decide, because it's a veritable rainbow of options for people and how they feel about it. You know, it's like no guarantees.
Yeah, I didn't realize just how much of a thing that was, like, not just for asexuality, but like anything in the LGBT community. Like, his parents raising their children with the standard, like, oh, it's just a phase. You'll change your mind when you meet the right person or something.
Fuck that. Fuck no. Don't say that.
I didn't realize. Yeah, that's like having the talk with my mother and me. Mom
well, it's possible that it is a phase, and that you will change your mind once you meet the right person. There's also a chance that no, it won't. And however your child is feeling right now, like at this moment, you should support them.
Yeah, my mom's saying things like, it's okay. I didn't really think much about sex either until I met your father. I'm like, it kind of makes me think my mom's somewhere on the spectrum, but I can't dictate that for her. But it's.
You can be all different flavors. You can be all kinds of different flavors of gay at the same time, even. That's how it works.
Oh,
It's like. So if I'm a cishet dude, does that just make me vanilla? Like, not even French vanilla, just vanilla.
Depends on what you mean by vanilla.
I mean, like, I said, like, whole different flavors of gay.
You mean like the bland flavor?
Yeah, am I just vanilla?
You told me you weren't even vanilla.
That was in regards to sex, okay?
I see what you mean. Having no special or extra features, ordinary or standard. Well, maybe ordinary, but vanilla's still sweet.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. And hell, vanilla.
But he's definitely just cream and sugar when it comes to sex.
Not even ice cream.
Oh my god!
I'm not even ice cream yet. I'm just a bag of rock salt.
It's just a bag of rocks.
What? Z, tell me you don't actually know that. Tell me you're just kidding.
Not personally, no, definitely not. Even I don't know that personally.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No.
We haven't
we were just joking about it one night. I actually
haven't.
don't know.
Hey.
Not even remotely.
All right. I'm starting to think you're the angel dust of this stream, Z. I'm sorry.
The ace angel does. This is great.
God. Wait, well, you're the one who's always spewing the dirty jokes.
Yeah.
Bring it in. Bring it around town. I'm gonna be having Z join me on the next Crush stream, so this will be a veritable cacophony of innuendo.
Aww. Are you kicking me out?
Nah, I just want to shake things up a bit, you know.
All right, fair enough. I was getting kind of boring, wasn't I?
No, you weren't boring. Besides, I didn't know what you were talking about people to when I was gone to the bathroom or whatever.
I don't know. I don't remember what I was doing. I was just like, la 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 la. Yes, I am the Alistair, okay? Alright.
So would that make
Yes.
DF the Alistair?
Yes. Does that make you?
Who, me?
Are you the Ashley?
Who would I be?
You the Ashley, because you're the one doing the drawings.
Golly, I'm alive!
Holy, I sure am living. I sure am breathing. Look at me go.
Oh, wait.
I mean, hella.
Oh,
I mean,
comic.
hey, come on, paint me.
I'm sorry.
I mean, you're talking to this guy. You're talking to this guy. I don't even know what I'd call myself. I don't even know what
Oh boy.
Cause I am the guy who grew up in a Christian household, whose heart belongs to Jesus, who is also an ally. Fight the power, Black Lives Matter, and all the other ones as well. what is
the
it?
fact that you need to put that at the end says a lot about
Christianity as a whole, yeah. Like, it's like one of those things where it's like, what do I even call myself? I was like, I definitely believe I take much more of an agnostic view of the human experience, but at the same time, I still think
probably, yeah.
I don't want to go to hell because I believe in hell. I believe hell exists, and so that's I don't want to go there. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
I mean, Christianity is not the only religion with the concept of hell. So,
No, true, but like,
yeah.
don't a lot of others?
There's some kind of punishment place, you know.
Oh, comic, could you drink from my cup? It's a little full. What are you talking about? What is
No,
that?
I know what they're doing. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Oh, comic, draw me like one of your cartoon characters.
Oh boy.
That's a
Sorry, they asked.
Isn't that like that's a Titanic reference? I want you to draw me like one of your French girls.
Yes, they also did it in the Has Been Hotel stream, so sorry.
Ah, okay. See.
Okay, Z, do the other one.
What's the other one?
Can you see this chat or?
I can see the chat. I'm looking at it.
Okay, the one that blue heart tattoo just put up.
Oh, comic, could you drink from my cup?
Yeah.
No, say it.
Like, okay. Like in the angel dust sense, since I'm angel
yes.
dust. Oh, comic, could you drink from my cup? It's a little full.
Oh, comic.
Wanna have some fun with me tonight?
Okay, we're done. This is getting weird.
The only thing that the only concept that's coming. Okay. To not be too crass, the only concept of that kind of like delivery and drink from my cup gives me certain descriptive images in my brain.
Okay, he's totally not the Ashley. He doesn't have the right reaction.
Like, that's very much like, which cup? Because the way you're talking, it sounds like that cup. Like, again, not to be too crass, I'll tell you off stream, I don't want to say this in front of all these wonderful people.
2 girls, 1 cup?
What?
Is that what you're talking about? 2 girls, 1 cup?
No, hell no. No, that's not what I'm referring to at all.
Alright.
This isn't what I was thinking at all.
Yeah, yes, me trying to flirt sounds weird. That's because I don't flirt.
I flirt. I'm very flirtatious. But it's
I
only
know
for
how.
fun.
My
Like, I don't
way-
expect it to go anywhere.
My way of flirting is, you're weird.
That's a compliment, jackass.
Exactly.
That almost sounds like exactly the way that Princess Dot said it too. You're weird. I like you.
Oh, yeah.
Man. Is this a pretty boy vampire? This looks like a pretty boy vampire.
You know what he
Trying to
looks
think
like?
of who this
He
is.
looks like that. He looks like that one guy from Danny Phantom.
Ooh, Vlad Plasmius?
Oh,
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, it's like, that face looks familiar. Who am I thinking of?
Ooh, I think I'll do it like this.
His Eva Piety is coming out really great, and I'm kind of terrified.
Yeah, I legit don't know how to flirt because I'm worried of coming off as a creep.
Flirting is only creepy if the other person isn't into it.
Yeah.
Considering I've been on the other end of that a number of times, I don't have a lot of good examples.
Of flirting that wasn't creepy?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like
I'm using my username initials here just to replace like, hi DF.
No.
Every single time.
that ain't even flirting. That's just, and that's not even friendly. Like, that's not even like sweet. That's just kind of like, I want to wear your skin kind of tone.
Exactly.
You want to have fun with me tonight? Hello.
I'm expecting a choir of creepy children now. La 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 la.
I forget. Did I talk about the one? Did I talk about the Disneyland guy?
I don't know.
Probably a while ago though.
Maybe, I don't know. It's like this one guy who wouldn't leave me alone. The same guy who just kept going, hi, TF, every single time he saw me, and without fail. You know, I admire his dedication, but God.
No, don't admire his dedication. That gives him hope.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. But okay, but I'm just surprised he stuck out for that long. But anyway, what? Yeah, I was just walking outside on into the school building. And hey, DF, do you want to get a coffee after school? And I'm like, I don't drink coffee. You want to get a cookie after school? I have rehearsal after school. I really did. Well, then I'll wait for you with a bouquet of roses to take you to Disneyland. No. The nearest Disneyland was about 1,000 miles away. So I don't know where he was going with that.
That was a pretty ambitious one there, wasn't it?
I know. He doesn't even like Disney, so...
Well, now you know he's full of it. It's like, oh, I'm doing this It's like, I'm doing this specifically because I know you like it, even though I don't like it, and it'll please you. It'll soften you up or something.
Yeah.
Warning, warning. If you start thinking about that, if you start thinking like that, that could very easily become a codependent relationship. That's not good. You could very much lose yourself in a codependent relationship. Okay?
I mean, I've had guys try to appeal to my Disney side in a really weird way. They're like, hey, you do know the Little Mermaid's half naked, right?
Yeah.
5 minutes later, like, oh, we're sorry. Ariel's hot. Like, oh boy. No, roses are not my favorite flower. It's tulips.
What the fuck?
I don't know. It's got too many guys.
Well, now I know what your favorite flower is, and I'm going to totally creep you out by buying you some tulips.
Oh no! I destroyed my drawing! Yeah, well.
Why would you do that?
It was an accident. I didn't do it on purpose.
Do Shift Control Z then.
I can't. I closed the file because I thought it was just like a Flash error. Flash being stupid.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Oh, you at least recorded it if you want to trace it later. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. If I want to.
Blue heart tattoo. Someone really tried to propose to you on a bus in middle school for a whole week.
That sounds almost exactly like the freaking classic Beauty and the Beast story.
How so?
Like he kept proposing to her until she said yes.
Who?
The Beast. In the original story.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the original story was kind of about wearing her down.
Okay, one thing you have to know, the historical context of that original Beauty and the Beast tale.
Yes, yeah.
That, at the time, a lot of girls were getting into arranged marriages, and Madame de Beaumont, she wanted to show a situation where a girl is in an arranged marriage, but she ends up getting control over her seemingly uncontrollable situation. For the time, it was pretty feminist.
Yeah, it's like today's standard is not a proper lens to look at some of the older media, because it's like by today's standard, yeah, that might not look quite right, but at the time things like Betty Boop were pretty fucking feminist, It's like,
oh yeah, I saw that cartoon with the what was her name, the Swinging Sally thing.
Sally Swing. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I'm watching that. And also, it's the most conservatively dressed Betty Boop is, which kind of surprised me.
Yeah, that's when the cartoons got quote unquote boring.
But yeah, I'm watching that. I'm like, this is pretty cool. It's time. It's pretty cool.
One of the other things, but one of the things of Betty Boop's appeal, aside from apparently the creator saying that she was 16, 1930s alert, 1930s alert.
Whoa, hello.
But like, was also the fact that her situations were always about standing up to creepers. That was part of her. That was a part of her shtick. It wasn't her whole shtick, obviously, but that was part of it.
Yeah, she did have some independence. I mean, sometimes the guys had to come and rescue her, but
Sometimes, but ultimately it did come down to no means no, jackass, and she didn't take it lying down.
I do love how when they got Betty Boop and Roger Rabbit, they actually did have the original voice actress for that.
Did they?
Oh,
Yes,
man.
she was surprisingly still alive at that point.
Yeah, so was Mel Blanc, and like, wow. I'm more impressed that she was still able to do the voice. I guess that whole line
but
about
I still got Betty.
that line is that line is now doubly hilarious. Holy crap.
Exactly.
Also,
It got difficult as soon as
I
cartoons
have
went to color.
actually, I don't actually have a question. I actually have an answer. I think I know why out of all the Toon characters that Eddie Valiant like looks up to Betty Boop. I think I know why.
Why?
And I think the reason is a lot of tunes, right? They play up how funny they are, goofy, wacky, loud, over the top.
Yeah.
Betty Boop is a very calm character. A lot of her jokes relate to the scenarios that she's in, and like, you know, little gags about how boys will gawk at her, and of course the consequence is that they drop the shit they're carrying, like a piano, like drop it on their own head. So it's like there's a calmness about Betty Boop, and that's probably one of the things. Like, even like, no matter how much of a Toon racist he is, because well, he's a Toon racist,
Yeah, let's not
like,
kid ourselves here.
yeah.
Yeah, Toonsist.
Toonsist. I think it's still racist. Like, you know, it's like
Still
like
racist,
we call
yeah.
humanity the human race sometimes, and Toons are probably a race
Okay.
unto themselves, so it'd still be racist.
There, if you're never really sure, just say prejudice.
I think it would be racism, because Toons aren't like so far gone that they're an entirely different species. In fact, I think human-Toon relationships were something that were brought up in the book that the movie was based on, from what little I listened to an audio
that book.
version of.
I saw the whole book versus movie thing, and I'm like, wow.
One thing,
I mean, so much darker.
It is, yeah.
actually, that's also something funny, is like from the book, I listened to an audio reading of it, and it got to a point with Baby Herman in it, and apparently the line, while it was slightly altered, the line from Baby Herman, problem is I got a 50-year-old lust and a 30-year-old dinky, actually comes from the book.
Oh God, yeah. When I look back on that, I'm like,
He's a Toon. They're being so.
Oh, what's with the lady though? I'm like, jeez.
Dunno. I mean, he's
never mind
actually
the Toon's excuse.
something.
What's a lady's excuse?
Actually, something explained in the book is that Baby Herman, being a popular cartoon star, he has a lot of money, so she was probably, his like hired help,
Yeah, hired help.
What are you talking?
Nanny, basically.
I mean,
And Keith
yeah.
Smith are fucking nuts.
He's rich. He can get away with it.
Oh,
That's
boy.
one of those.
Okay, can we move on? This is
Yes,
getting-
I think that's a perfect.
We move on from this. We've addressed it. That's fine.
That's a perfect place to end off the stream. It's actually 9 o'clock
God.
here, so we gotta actually wrap it up here. So
God, yeah.
that's
Work
the,
in the morning. I'm already
that's
sleep
the
deprived.
that's the end of the show for tonight. Thank you everybody for coming and enduring our ridiculous conversation. I rewatched Endgame recently, and the 5 Avengers reaction to Black Widow's death echoes the 5 stages of grief. Fascinating. All right. Well, anyway, enough about movie.
I watched Endgame, but I don't care.
Enough about movie spoilers. It's time to say goodnight to all of you wonderful people out there in internet land. So take care, stay safe, and
Be kind in all that you do.
exactly. Good night, everybody.
Adios, muchachos.
I'll eat your